Okay, I'm on my bank app for like 1 second to finish the thing.
The thing. Yes.
Yeah, I need to. There were for what I'm going to tomorrow. It's like a little artist alley market event.
Ah.
And I need to purchase a ticket, and they said there were only 10 left, so I need to hurry up a bit. So.
Oh, very important. Do take your time and relax.
Yeah, I think and I'm done.
Oh, wow. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, I just love the QR code banking app things.
Ah.
It's just so easier.
Mm-hmm. Takes a lot of the trouble away with lots and lots of clicks and
I see my
typing.
order.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just need to get out of bed early enough tomorrow, but that should be fine.
Well, if you need me to poke you, I shall do that. I've said that to a few people. They need a wake-up call. I can call them. I have no issue with that.
If I have nothing to do on a day, I can wake up so early. But if it's like I need to go to the doctor or something, I find it so difficult to get out of bed.
Aw, so good motivation. That will help.
We burned 2 moles away today.
Oh, ow.
Yes, it's not that bad. It does smell weird.
It smells. Ouch.
It smells
It
like
sounds.
burnt hair.
But it also sounds really painful. I mean, burning away. Ow. But I mean, still, if it had to be done, then it had to be done, right?
Yeah, it's not for any. They were just annoying. Not really.
Ah, I see.
They are gonna test them in case, but it's not like.
Yeah.
They looked. Like one was always under my bra strap, and it's just so annoying. It was like one
Yeah.
of those more round
Oh, yeah,
ones.
that's annoying. Oh,
Like
that's really
every
annoying.
day I feel it, and
Oh,
another one was also one of those round ones in my neck, and it just didn't look. It isn't. It didn't look cancerous, but it just looked ugly.
oh, I see. Yeah, makes sense then to have a burn away with them. But that still sounds, I mean,
What annoying is, I sat in a chair and I looked down, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot this one." Oh, so I should have the last time I was there said I wanted to burn 3 away, but now it's split up for 2.
I mean,
Like,
so you
oh,
have to
that
go
one.
back?
Nah, I'm gonna leave
Nah.
it until there's an actual weird one that I need to remove, and then I'll get that one gone as well.
Ah, 2 for 1 then, of course.
I have too many anyway. I think
Oh.
I'm like one of those, those drawings where you need to like connect the numbers.
Ah, connect the dots. See, I'm like that,
Yeah.
but with freckles. So no moles, but just lots of freckles and
I wish it were freckles. It's just dark mold.
yeah, no, you can play connect the dots on my arms or so because I have a lot of freckles there. To be fair, some of them have already connected to each other. So with time and more sun, there's always more of them. So,
Yeah, I got so many new ones.
oh,
It's like none of them have like get them checked like once every few years. None of them have been bad yet. It's just
yeah,
been a lot, like a lot of them.
yeah, and I mean,
And I just don't like how it looks. You don't really see a lot of like people in movies with like a shit ton of moles on their face.
Yeah, but those are also not very accurate depictions of people very often.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna write my event reminders while I'm here.
Right. I'll do a little shout. And I move just slightly. There we go. Do a little shout out now, here and there, to get started. And I think, wait, and one more. Oh, so much going on. Really love that we've managed to get here after such a long break.
Yeah, it does. It feels like it was ages.
It feels like that, yes, because I think it was ages.
Yeah.
Just life got really chaotic on my end,
Yeah.
and that, of course, doesn't help with scheduling a second date with you ladies. But we are back here again with the two of you, looking at gorgeous houses, this time by Sorries. And you are already there, as I can see. Haha.
Yes.
So I think we can already go ahead and start there. Oh, hello there, Hayden. Lurk away. It's so funny that there's so many lurkers, which is not a criticism. All of you, you can lurk always. Wait, I was so happy when you were there on stream when I streamed this one, the Erstwhile Sanctuary. I was so thrilled because I had so many questions for you there and then. Oh, and you were so patient with me, indulging all of them. Oh, yes, busy times, Hayden. I hear from a lot of people that is very, very busy. Also, nothing wrong with busy times. This is also why I'm never angry or anything when people have to lurk. Just lurk away. And you can hear tonight a little bit more about all the ins and outs of Sorry's gorgeous builds. And hear us three giggle away or say ooh and ah. Ah. And I shall take us there. This is such a magnificent plot. Oh, look, everybody. Yeah, the two lovely ladies waving. So sweet.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. Oh, look, everyone. Okay, I have to just, so amazing. So, Sorries.
Yeah.
How? Why? What's the inspiration? How did it all
I
start?
think this one was for a magical themed contest, and I wanted to have like a sort of magical realm, and it's
Oh,
kind of inspired by um, the Dream Flight in the theme park, the Efteling in the Netherlands.
oh,
Um, and that is just a ride where you go through like these, like a forest realm, a sort of space realm with
oh.
tiny houses. And that was my inspiration. It does have a lot more huge animals attached to it, but I really like making large animals.
I
love
really.
those geode lights as well. Like, I think I've only had one drop in the actual dungeon once. Like, I'm so unlucky with them.
Oh.
Wait, which one? Which one?
What are they called? The geodes, the wee amber ones.
Oh, but you can. They're. I don't think they're that expensive anymore. I think they're like 19K.
Yeah, they're so nice.
Oh, look, everybody! Look.
This is a torch bug.
Obviously. Hopefully, everybody got that. You know, in that competition, you had a little hint in the description, noting that the different animals that you were, the different creatures that you were showing there, or that can be found. That was really wonderful, because that way I could make sure that I really, really got them all.
Yeah, like I always think of like contests, like always mention everything that you want people to find in your description. Because otherwise people will just miss things. I know a lot of people miss my fish, for
Oh,
example, and my frog. I think those two are often missed. I also saw somebody miss the bee,
oh dear.
which
Very
I'm
hard to
surprised
miss.
this one
Yeah.
viewed. Yeah, so if there's anything like a hidden path or things that are not super visible in my build, I just write it down, because I've once seen a judge miss like a giant dragon. That it was the one, if anybody knows this one, but in Daggerfall Overlook I have a giant called Harbor Rock dragon on top of the building, and
Yes.
I've seen so many people miss that dragon because it's
Oh.
not at eye level.
Everyone
So
forgets to
always
look up.
mention everything you want people to see in your build in your description.
Yeah.
I say that as somebody who organizes them.
Yeah, no, it makes complete sense. Also, I do have said this a couple of times to people on streams as well, because like when you don't want to mention a whole lot of things because it kind of is spoilery, you could try utilizing pathing, utilizing like a non-combat pet or something that leads people. That can work, but you'd still have to mention something, or might have to mention something in the description so that it will not be missed. And it's really a shame when things get missed like that, because I mean, they're
Yeah,
part
I
of the
think what
build.
also helps is using pathing to have like an animal or an NPC like
Yeah.
walk people to your build. Like if they see if you see like an NPC go through like a door, you're like, oh, maybe I can go through it.
Yeah.
Or something if it's like a secret area. Sometimes that can be quite bad for missing those if it's like a custom building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I probably already complained about this like the last time, but like I always got so many suggestions for like, oh, let's do a maze contest, let's do a hidden theme contest. Like, no, we're not gonna do that. Nobody's going to find anything. Like, how we're going to judge something people cannot find? Like, yeah, you made a great maze, nobody can find the exit. How do we judge this?
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, and you're in there for hours.
I mean,
Yeah.
mazes. Speaking of mazes, I mean, those I don't think of them as competition house possibilities, but more as social events that could be held in a community of all kinds of ESO players, whether that's housing enthusiasts or just casual people who just joined and who want to experience a few fun things. That's what they can be really useful for. But a maze also comes with the caveat that you have to put a lot of slots into the maze. So, in a sense of structural pieces. And then how you're going to decorate the rest, right? Or how do you have it stand out?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And you
Find
should
really
at
difficult.
least always have a minotaur in them.
Oh, a minotaur has to be in it. I see. Very important note. Noting down. um Yeah, it's kind of at hidden. I think hidden can work, but uh, as you're saying, you kind of have to have some kind of hint, otherwise it just gets missed. And if it's too well hidden, then
Yeah.
as you're saying,
Hidden themes houses are more for like, um, the contest is in my house, not my house is part of a contest. You know, like I've hidden 5 totems, and whoever sends me 5 screenshots of the totems, you know, gets a prize. That sort of thing. But they don't work for like, let's all just hide stuff so that you can spend 3 months judging this until we found everything. But yeah, that was for a magic themed contest, and I wanted to do like a magical realm.
and
Oh, my mouse stopped working.
and oh no, maybe do you need is it
No, it's
good.
it's Bluetooth. It's just sometimes just stops.
Oh,
Over here we have the snails.
oh, the snails, everyone. I love
Yeah,
them so
and
much.
they do not just carry their own house; they also carry the house of other people. This one was very Droomvlucht, Green Flight inspired.
Oh,
Eyes.
On the snails.
oh,
They're
this
like,
is
they're so cartoony, the eyes. I just love them.
And I have the giant snail over here. I think many people could not tell what he was, but he is also a snail.
oh. Look,
And
everybody.
they are made out of mushrooms
I
and
was
magic
just about to
orbs
say,
and
I'm
more
not
mushrooms.
surprised to see the mushrooms. It's like
Yeah,
the Christmas
they
tree.
disappear, right? The mushrooms just disappear. You don't see them anymore because they've become something entirely different, something else.
Yep. They work so perfectly for the shell as well.
They do. The shrooms,
Yeah,
everybody. Shrooms.
yeah. I think anything like on ground level that's not a bug is made out of mostly mushrooms. We have Mr.
Ah.
Turtle over here. He's made out of stilt rider parts
Oh,
and more mushrooms
and more
and a little
mushrooms.
hyssop tree.
Oh, look, everybody. Yeah, and
My
as we
turtle.
ended into it, I was like, oh, I never want to leave here. I think we spoke quite a long time while I was here in this wonderful, glorious, very sweet as well sanctuary. Isn't this sweet, everybody? Look, just look. Oh, yeah, and it's so genius. It's so genius how you're designing away with them and utilizing so much shrooms and so much elegance and glorious lighting. It's just so amazing. I keep going backwards and forward to show it all. Look, everybody. Little Snail also has a little house. 2 houses. It's oh, such a such a dreamy build.
I love that it's glowy as well.
Very
Like,
glowy.
Yeah,
everything
that's no
pops out really nice.
And let's see, here's the giant bee.
The giant
Oh, by the
bee.
way, somebody on Xbox has copied like 50% of this build. So whoever you are, fuck you. Somebody like copied like this, at least the snakes. I think also the butterfly and the bee. I definitely copied the bee. So,
I really love the wings.
The wings
Like,
are so amazing.
Yeah, it's like such a simple thing with the crystals, but it's
Yeah.
so effective. It works so well.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to like redo this one, but on like a more large scale, more realistically, because I'm not super fond of the anatomy here.
Oh, okay.
But it's fine.
She's
And I really
beautiful.
like the little the honeycomb
Yes, yes.
element.
Yeah, I love
like
that too. And it's just those wonderful wedding lamps. I mean, it's also very effective and such a good use of the furnishings, and that is a general observation too, not just for those, because it's with creatures. It's always looking for shapes and colors that will help you create a plastic image or a plasticized image of the animal or the creature that you're building. And so you're always applying that skill to utilize furnishings in such a creative way. And it can be such simple or, well, very often overlooked furnishing that just is so effectful.
Like quite often the old ones are the best, I think. Like there you've got the the crop piles or the wheat piles, whatever they're called. Like I use them a lot as well, and
I use them for my...
It's like one of the oldest things.
Yeah, I use them for my Pikachu. I've used them for my cat bus. Also, both are also copies.
They're very handy.
And I've used them for, I think, for Link.
Wow.
Legend of Zelda. I think so. Actually, I don't remember what I made his hair with now that I think about it.
How long has it been? Yeah.
I think maybe.
Because I think, see, if you're trying to make something look sort of like fuzzy or hairy, there's not many other options really. Like I think it's still one of the best options.
Oh yeah. And also just what you did, Cheetytarah, utilizing a just home goods vendor furnishings. That's such a very good tip for those who are just starting off. Also, hello and welcome to those of you who've joined us just now. Hello, Red Fox Princess. And also hello to you. Call me Wagny. Shall I call you Wagny then? Hello and welcome. So yeah, this is so amazing, Sorries. Now, this is, in my opinion, or what I thought was an elaborate build in so many ways. I mean, look, the little bee has also legs, and
I think this is, unlike one level, one of the easier ones because the wheat part wasn't very difficult. What was difficult was the wings mostly, like using those asymmetrical crystals. I think I've redone those a lot, and then you think like, oh, actually I like the first one better, but you cannot go back anymore. But the wheat part wasn't, thankfully, that difficult.
Yeah, and how...
I think I spent probably a lot more time on the butterfly that's over there. To get those wings right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because that's got to be more symmetrical, I suppose, hasn't it?
Yeah, I used EHD for that one to make them symmetrical. But it's still really difficult because I am not good with EHD.
I think a lot of people are in a love-hate relationship with EHT. So I'm sure, it's... I think I've said this a number of times. It's a very powerful tool that can be super overwhelming. And so it's completely fine to decide, I'm using it for one thing and one thing only, and then I'm going to go back to using whatever I wanted to build with before. And I mean, that being said, so that means both of you don't design with EHT, but rather utilize...
No, and mostly if I need to have something like symmetrical, like for example the wings, I will use the tool to make sure I can copy the wings and have it
symmetric
on the other side as well.
Yes.
But otherwise, I use it maybe for moving stuff or for moving something to another house.
I see. Yes. Copy pasting things. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm pretty bad with it.
No, it's all right. Also, no reason to say you're bad with it. Again, everybody does their own way of designing and building. You never have to feel like you have to excel at anything related to that. I think this is so amazing. Also, just the landscaping around with the cherries. It
I was just
really, really
thinking that in
flows.
the waterfalls, like I was standing up on this turtle's leg, and the view was just—it's such a nice screenshot.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I cut down the screenshot of this has been on the main site for when Tamriel Holmes had the community highlight. Then
Oh,
I had the view with the turtle and the butterfly,
oh,
and I
perfect.
think maybe the snake as well.
Oh, it's amazing. But welcome to you too, Toad. Yes, and it looks amazing. Wagner was commenting that it looks amazing. It sure does. It's really, really amazing.
I think the butterfly is interesting because it's one of the more symmetrical kind of creatures, and usually I think it's easier to make like creatures that are not symmetrical, but
Yeah,
more
like
like
side on or something. I do that
natural.
as well for like faces. If I think right, I'm never going to get the eyes exactly the same, I just do it like side on. It's a bit of a cheat, but yeah, I totally get what you mean.
I think with this house, what really changed, like I think with the screenshot you showed last time, here I started building more on the black rock. So I used to build like on the white Eleanor tiles,
Yeah.
and then I used like bricks to create an outline, and then I would fill in the outline. And here with like the bee, the moth, and the butterfly, I try to use more like the negative space. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, that is
Of
correct. Uh-huh.
um, um, and just a dark rock to make it more natural
Yeah.
instead of like making an outline.
Yeah, things look so much better like when they're against the black rocks, don't they? Like I love it. I build with that
Yeah.
all the time. They're just brilliant.
Yeah,
I
and
also done it with Snackbot.
in the snug pot,
Uh,
we will go there too, but so don't give away too much.
yeah.
But yeah, totally get it. Also, I really love that you were just saying, well, I used to build more on a lighter background, but have meandered into the darker. So there is a little bit of trying new things all the time for both of
Mm.
you.
Yeah, because these are like they're still kind of 2D, but they're made more naturally than just Pikachu or Totoro.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, I
And
remember.
also,
Yeah. Those of
here,
you.
this is also part that constantly gets missed. Here's my toad.
Yes, the toad. Look, everyone. Has a very look. The tongue is out, and there's a little torch bug here. Look, little toad in the water. It's so
And
cute.
I love the
I,
eyes.
Yes,
well,
me
yeah,
too.
I went
The
from the
favorite,
eyes,
favorite
like
acting.
I made the eyes, and then I was like, okay, I need to find something to build around the eyes, and I
Ah,
was like, it has to be a frog now or a toad.
yes, absolutely. Oh, this is interesting. You start with the eyes first, so then you
Yeah,
moved everything around, or everything
I
else came
think
together thereafter. That's fun.
I made. I can't remember the exact order of what I made things in. I know I made the butterfly as one of the first things.
Oh,
Um, but I don't remember when that. I think the toad came in later, and I think I was trying to find eyes for either the turtle or the snake. And then
ah.
I
Yes,
used
artist.
these, but it didn't work. But I knew they had to work for something else. And then I made them for the toad. And I also have these fish here. They also get very missed, except I guess the person that copied this build didn't miss the fish, I guess. I think he also had these. And these are
Wait,
very simple. They're just high elf bottles for the eyes and a Chalbus egg and the Globush. So it's
yeah.
just 4 items. But it looks like a fish close
It
enough.
looks like scales though. It's really effective.
Yeah, it's so effective. And I remember I was looking for it. So it's certainly something that I was like, okay, I'm looking for the things because it was in the description. And so I was like, oh, okay, I have to find the things. And then you were also in the audience. That was so helpful because that made it a lot
Yeah.
easier for me to be sure, okay, I have seen everything.
Yeah, I already knew was this house that people were missing, like the toad and the frog. Also, I have like a nest like over there at the bee. It's not special. It's just the griffin nest with some
It's totally sweet.
egg mushrooms in it.
Look, there's another fishy here. Isn't it so sweet? But yeah, there's a nest too, and also welcome there, DJ Frieda. And yes, it's a cute toad. I agree. Also, hello there, Shemina. Welcome, welcome. Look, little toad, little frogsy. Oh, so cute.
I think what I spent the most time on is here on the other side, and that is the snake.
Oh, look, everybody.
Because I discovered like this. I think the snails were also one of the earliest things I made.
Oh.
Now that I think about it, I think I probably made them first. Because I was working them on them in the I was first planning to make this build in Jode in the orange part.
So Earthwise Sanctuary wasn't the first choice either. That's interesting.
But Jode is just such a long walk to the good part.
I see. I understand. I heard this story before about Stillwater's retreat too. But yeah, that's interesting. And so you then went to Erstwhile, or was there another house that you looked at?
Well, what I wanted to use was a giant orb that's there.
Oh.
They have but it was really hard to build there. I think if you go too close, you die. So just kind of a bit of a waste. And then I gave up.
Oh dear.
And with building there at least. And then I decided on this house because I could close it up decently, but still have like a big size room.
Yeah.
So like all those side parts with the Dark Brotherhood stuff is gone.
Yeah, of course.
I think with snails, I discovered that you could make like a scale pattern with the mushrooms.
I see.
And then I knew like I have to make a snake with this. But like making a snake took really, really long.
I see.
Because I also knew I wanted to churn out the mushroom skills parts a bit because I kind of expected that people would eventually also use it.
Yeah, that's true.
So I wanted to at least have like covered like a snake, a dragon, and a fish and that sort of thing before other people were also going to use this ID.
Yes.
But I'm really proud of this skill pattern.
It's amazing. It's so elegant.
Here, before we had actual little boats.
Yes, I love that. I mean, it's just baskets, right? But I mean, it's baskets, everyone, and it's so sweet.
Tiny lighthouse.
Yes.
And the snake was on a bit longer.
Yeah, it's so sweet, and of course it is.
Like crow's nests as well for the wee cups. They've got like that's what it's called, isn't it? Crow's nest on the ship.
Yeah, crow's nest, exactly.
They're so cute.
Yeah, the crow's nest up here, the little one there. Ooh, there, and this cup, everybody. I'm sure. I mean, this cup gets used so much, and it's perfect for this. You know, tiny little crow's nest there, and I really love that you went with these wonderful new life banners as the sails for the little ships. It's just so cute.
Yeah, because I've already used the basket once before for boats, which was in my Grand Strategic Villa. But then I used like more of a triangle flag, and I wanted to like upgrade that a bit because that one was a bit. I knew it could be done better. And now you just have actual tiny boat items.
Yes, you do.
So.
Yeah, but building it yourself.
Back when I built this, we did not.
I mean, building them yourself, right? Is more fun maybe, or a challenge. Oh, this is
I
so
think
sweet.
that's about everything in this house.
I really love this
Oh, the
patterning.
moth. We didn't look at the moth.
No, we did not look at the moth. I was about to say, wait. There's something else.
Yeah. Lots of people can tell what it is. Lots of people think it's an owl.
But you noted down it's a
But
little moth. And I mean,
it's a fuzzy moth. I like fuzzy moths.
they are so cute. I was just gonna point up to the little nest up there. I did point to it also when I was streaming this for the very first time. Look up there. There's a little nest. I hope everybody saw that and caught it. And yeah, it's so sweet. And I love fuzzy moths too. You know, they look so, like you want to tickle them and like give them a little belly rub. Such cute little beings. Look, everybody.
The eyes are so shiny. I love the eyes.
Super shiny indeed.
Yeah.
Fuzzy, cute moth. Everyone with such sweet wings. So I'm in the water. There, look. Very shiny eyes. Also, good evening to you too, Loop. I hope you're having a wonderful time, all of you. This is so amazing.
I think the moth was one of the last things I made.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think because there was still space left there. But I wanted to use like those glow brushes are like fuzzy. I knew I wanted to make something with them. So like things like the bee and the moth and the snake. Actually, a lot of things are more built out of also the frog. I think like I have this item and I think I can use them for something, but I don't know what yet.
And it slowly comes together. I mean, you just told us with the frog, the eyes came first and everything else evolved from there and is having certain items in your storage houses. I'm sure all of the housing enthusiasts have their multiple storage houses. Maybe there's something there to learn from you for everyone to look at an item and think, I could do something with that. Sorries has done it, everybody. You can do it too. This is so sweet. So, in total, what do you think? How long did the entire build take for you? Sorries.
Oh, I don't know. I think I actually started early on this build. And then somewhere I got stuck. I know I got stuck on the turtle shield. I tried a lot of things for the turtle shield. And gosh, I don't know.
A while.
I know I got stuck on the snake. It was one of the longer builds. Like I have like Snackpot, for example, was a really quick build. And the other two were also very long builds. I think this one was a bit of a medium timed build for me. It could have been worse. It's such a long time ago. I'm not even sure if I remember correctly, to be honest.
That's all right. I mean, I did ask that question, but don't necessarily have to have like an exact answer for me because it's something you do for fun, and you might not time yourself when you're having fun. So I think an estimate does help.
Yeah, for example, I know that I built Even Hearts, which is probably the last one we'll visit. I know I've built this one in 3 days.
Oh wow, in 3 days.
It's terrible because I had months and I just was really stuck. And it was like, and also the deadline kept getting extended.
Oh.
And then it was like the final extension, and I was actually like contemplating giving up.
Oh no.
And then I just deadline crunched that one.
I love hearing that. You know why? Because, deadlines. Some people would cite, I love the sound that they make when they swoosh past us, the deadlines. But some are like, those are perfect for me to be motivated to get something done. And I really love hearing that. Also, good evening to you, Reese. And yes, I find it also amazing to finally be showing you Sorry's builds, everyone, and having her here, including Cheetytarah, who has been with us for part 1. If you are wondering about those builds of Cheetytarah, that's in part 1. And we've also talked, I think when I edited, it was about 3 hours that we were talking about screenshots. So yes, it was so much fun. We had the best time, I think, and learned so much. So if you want to learn all about that, it's in the collection. It will never go away unless Twitch tells me to.
Sounds good. Okay.
So people, you're never looking. Well, you can, Cheetytarah, you can look and just mute the sound. if it's
fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Okay, good. Well, that's interesting. Sorry that a deadline is helping you so much. It's such a good feedback for us when we want to create more events for all of you housing enthusiasts. It helps us to know what it is that you're looking for or what it is that you really, really love doing. So don't be shy and tell people what you like to do, and then we can work things out.
I think the most important thing for me is probably the theme. Like, I need to be able to do something fun with the theme, or else I just get stuck. Because if there's a theme, I can think of something funny, or something scary, or something, like something. I try to think of something original within the theme. And for example, with the when I deadline crunched in 3 days, even though I had like probably 4 months or something, it didn't have a theme. It was a specific kind of build contest. Like you have to use these items, but now you have to make something that's a Halloween house or a Christmas house or maybe a magic house. So I think that's always something very important to me.
Theme, very important. And I see Shemina is agreeing with you fully. It's very good to hear this. And everybody also in the audience, do not be shy. If you do have questions for the two ladies here with me, do ask them. And if you have feedback or if you have any kind of suggestions, you can always DM me or tell me in other ways. I'm always happy to listen and find ways in which we can carve out space to create stuff that everybody can enjoy in one or multiple ways. Wow, this is so amazing. And so the theme here obviously helped you, and then a deadline helped you, and you're
actually
saying
finish something, yes.
Yeah, actually finishing. You're saying you got stuck. Is there anything else besides a deadline and a theme that helps you get unstuck?
I think learning to give up when you can.
So
sometimes
knowing when
you don't need to actually finish a build just because you've started.
I have a lot of unfinished builds, like a lot.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Sometimes it's best.
I think, for example, with the Enchanted Grove one, I gave up. I had a very specific idea, but it didn't really fit the theme because it was Enchanted Grove retreat, and I just got stuck on the retreat part. So that one I had to learn to just give up. I wasn't going to finish ever, and I didn't.
It's kind of sad.
One, like if you just get far enough, like maybe you aren't completely satisfied, but you are happy with the parts you have, and then you just finish to like have all the slots filled out. That happens too. but yeah, just make sure you still find it fun to actually build the house that you're working on.
Yeah, it doesn't become a chore, right? It isn't something
Yeah.
that you're, I have to do this now because I committed or I told people that I would commit to it. I mean, that can help some people finish as well, but of course, I mean, everybody is different and just needs to decide. And if you've started and you feel like it just doesn't jive with you all that much and you just
Yeah.
can't get into it, then it's better to decide, okay, it's just not for me and move on. But it's a hard choice or something maybe for some a little bit harder to learn.
Yeah, and you can always come back to them again anyway. That's the thing. I do plan to finish all my builds, just don't know when.
Just don't know when. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes I have heard also from others that they have just dragged other housing enthusiasts and friends into those half-finished or unfinished builds, and see what ideas they might have, and different perspective can also help.
Yeah, that's always helpful, definitely.
Oh, Jimina was also saying that either the theme is something that is dear to my heart, or a challenge, or just sparks an idea. Most often, I either don't make the deadline, but I still, but I still count it as a win because it gets the creative juices flowing. Oh, that's also a good point. Thank you, Shimina. That's a very good point to make. Yeah, and as you were saying, Cheetytarah, you can always go back, and unless you decide to tabula rasa and scrap everything.
Well, true. True. Or recycle the parts. Like if you've got some rare pieces, you might want to use them somewhere else. I do that a lot as well.
I mean, recycling really important too, right? To be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but recycling is something you will see across these fields.
You know, Ooh, you
Sorry, I
okay?
dropped my phone. Yeah, I dropped my phone.
Oh dear, phone dropped.
It's still working. Yeah.
We still got sorries, even.
I was eating a cookie and I wasn't.
Very good eating cookies. I hope everybody
To be
else
honest,
also has snacks. Very
I bet
important.
this phone will drop another 3 times today.
It's all right, so long as we are not losing you. I'm.
Should I have bought a mic? Yes. Am I going to? Probably someday. Not anytime.
I mean, I have said it to multiple people already. I mean, I love doing designer spotlights and specials like these. Um, you just have to talk to me. If you feel like you want to do something more specific or you want to do something or highlight something else, we can always get back together and bring back the band and have another go with a different theme or with something that you want to highlight. There's always a possibility. So maybe at some point you do need a mic. Mm-hmm.
One day.
One fine day in the future. Everybody, you really have to come visit Sorry's beautiful Earthspire Sanctuary. If you've not visited, shame on you. Is on
It's also
PCEU.
it's so old by now. How haven't you visited yet? It's like 3 years old by now.
Oh, 3 years old, everybody.
I think so. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Can I see? I think it is. Let me see. Solitude was out.
Oh, wow.
I don't think High Isle isn't out yet because we don't have the tiny boats. And I don't see anything from Blackwood.
No.
So I think it's between the months before Blackwood or after, around Blackwood, I think.
Ah. So indeed a little bit older. So everybody, you do have to come visit. really, really find all the wonderful creatures here, because there's a lot of creatures here. Like, it's such a thematic, gorgeous build. I mean, you are greeted with
Also,
such a cute little bug. Yes, also?
also like try to count the different types of mushrooms I've used.
Ah.
Because you have, let's see, 2 in the snails. Then you have another 2 in the big snail. Then you have 1 in the turtle. You have 1 in the snake. The turtle has some more on its shell. And the toad has another mushroom. I think those are all of them.
All the
I wonder how
shrooms!
much you spend at the luxury when it's like mushroom week. I dread to think. Like
A lot, and I'm
millions.
always out.
I love that. I love all the shrooms. It's
Yeah.
so fun.
Well, if you like shrooms, the next house, Snackbot, has also a lot of shrooms.
Oh, yay, everybody! So this is the fishies. Oh, I should also put a link, right? For the fishies, I can actually give people a link, because we do have a little post that you had there for people, I think. Let me find it. You had a post on X, I think, or formerly known as Twitter. Let me get that.
Oh yeah, probably ages ago. Oh my god. But it would tell me how old this build is. So,
Good evening to you there, Taryn, and I'm going to put the little link there for you.
This is the one that's the screenshot I was telling. Well, I was saying to you the last time about. It was actually after we went off live, though.
Yes.
It's like one of my favorite screenshots ever. This fish, I just love it.
The fishies, everybody.
yeah, this house I built for Lux Chopped contest, and that contest you got assigned certain items, and you had to use them in your build, and you had to use them. You didn't have to use them in original ways, but if you want to win, you have to use them in original ways. Like a cherry needs to be more than a cherry, you know. And one of the items that I got happened to be the blue mushroom that I used for the scales. So
Yay!
obviously I'm going to think of something that I can make with those blue mushrooms. That's the middle part. So it's like I can make a fish.
Oh, look,
and then I used the other
everyone.
mushrooms to make the tail. I also had to use those float harbors, which I used for the eyes of the fish. So that's 2 items already down that I had to use originally. The other items were more a bit filler. I had to use the Cracklorn sword sconce, which I put in the ground, and now it's a sword next to the skeleton. And I had to use the fluffy podium. Yeah, it's not right next to it. They can't all be winners, okay? I also had to use those warning totem skulls. I used them for this flag mast, so they look like dead wood.
And I love that face here as well. It's like an anglerfish or something. You know, the ones with the
Yeah, I have the anglerfish. I already made this anglerfish like probably a year before for a Halloween house.
Oh, it's so cool.
And then I just repurposed them here.
Recycling, everyone.
Yeah. Plus that house is like completely deteriorated by now. I took so many items from that house. And I have a ghost crab, and I have some jellyfish. I also have a large jellyfish, also with mushrooms, because of course.
Look, everybody, look.
Oh, and the octopus. The octopus.
The little octopus up there. So good evening to you there, Grom. Yes, just look, everyone. Just look.
Can't believe this is Snuckpod, honestly.
Yeah, it's everybody. We are in a Snuckpod. Or are we?
Yeah.
Maybe we are not.
The black rock helps a lot to like create more space than there actually is. And upstairs you have some. To me, they are wheels, but to somebody else, they're probably another type of fish. But I like the belly view, like as if they are on the surface and we're looking up to them.
Yeah.
And I also use mushrooms for those because, of course.
Of course.
And yeah, lots of tentacles here and there. I also use the bubbles from the DLC pack.
Ah.
I think like I haven't bought a lot of those DLC furniture packs because there's always I want one item from them, but I really don't need the rest, you know. And this one actually had things that I liked, mostly the bubbles. And the chest. And the jellyfish, I think, also came in there. They were invisible for a while because of a bug.
Oh my! I mean, we had just I think a few little bugs happening, like curtains that all of a sudden changed color and disappearing jellyfishes. That's really not fun. Zos, what's going on there? Oh, but they're here. Look, everyone. Oh, you must all come and visit. You must all see it. I mean, I did post it, the Twitter post. Of course, all of you can have a look there, but you should come here in person and have a look around and just be
Yeah, I think this is
amazed.
one of my favorite houses.
Is it?
Also because it only took like 2 days.
Wow, 2 days, everybody, look.
Yeah. But
2
it's
days.
mostly because of the assigned items, I was already pretty quickly. I mean, I have the blue mushrooms, so I have to build like a fish. And I already had the anglerfish, and the rest of the creatures aren't that difficult as well. And if I'm honest, there are a ton of filler items in here because I actually think I hit like 150. And then I just spent like dirt or something to get it to 200. So
That's funny. Oh, did it have to,
I think
have
in
to
a
be
contest,
completed? Like, did you have to have all 200 slots used?
No, but I think in the contest it's wise to just fill in. If you have like 16 slots left, to just fill it with something random. Maybe in the worst case, not even visible. Because anyone with EHD can see how many slots you used. And if I can see, for example, if I'm judging, which I don't often do, but if I see that you are still have 25 slots, and I think maybe one part looks unfinished, I judge it differently than if I see somebody use all slots and they just hit a limit. It's not the biggest deal, but I always think it just looks neater if you utilize all the slots because you have them, so why not use them? You know. Like if you don't use all of them and some parts maybe look unfinished to people, it will feel more unfinished because people can tell you didn't use the space. But who knows, maybe your ESO plus run out, so...
Yeah, that can also be possible.
Just try to hit the max amount you can, or maybe have like one left because one feels like you're waiting for that special item to arrive.
Yeah, and some actually are waiting for that one special item to arrive. Yeah.
But for contests, like I just recommend people to just, if you can dump some more items, even if it's just bushes or flowers or whatever in it, just to fill the item number, it just looks nicer to some people, with some people meaning me. Even though it's not that important. Like if you just built your house like not for a contest, it probably doesn't matter. But it's just like a small tip that I have.
Yeah, of course.
Something you can fill with is like lots of nice lights. I feel like you can never get enough lights in a build. Like a nice glow.
Yeah. I know some people feel very strongly over lighting, and that just doesn't exist for me. I'm gonna burn your eyes off, you know.
So like you don't really have to think about like, you know, how can I light this area up or that area, because it's like it pops out because it's all glowy.
Yeah.
So it's really
and
good.
I also used Azure gauge light thingy. I forgot what it's called. To
the
have that
Zercage
water
Plasm.
effect.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The plasm gauge for the underwater. You see it's a bit on the rocks here.
Yeah.
That's a very good item to have in underwater builds. It is so bright though that it's often very difficult to hide. It's so bright.
Yes. I mean, I remember. I did. Some people who have joined Twitch on stream or have joined my streams, I sometimes tell when there is something very glary. Then I do tell them, just, I know you're sensitive. Don't look just now. I'll pan over and then I'll tell you, because that cage is insane. Like the light of that cage is insane. Ooh. Yeah, it does burn out your retinas.
Yeah, I feel in the next house, like Seaville, I did kind of fail with hiding that light. Like like maybe somebody who's not me can't tell, but I can definitely tell where it is. But I just can't hide it any further, or else I'll just lose the effect.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so far you can push it away or in. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, this is such an amazing build. And you were saying this wasn't a very long build, and you were really quick
I
because
think this is one of the more stress-free ones, probably.
Would you say that smaller builds or smaller houses have less stress in general, or is it just this one?
I think they can definitely have less stress. It depends. Like if you have having difficulty with the smallness of the space, then it can be quite stressful, because some houses, for example, take for example Hammerdeath, has this annoying entrance you need to hide, and in a small space, it's just like a bother. And in this one, you don't have that. What does the entrance look like? It just looks like a door. I mean, honestly, I could put some shark teeth here, maybe, if it doesn't block. That actually would be kind of funny now that I look at this. With the red. Missed opportunity now that I...
You know, some people have said seeing their builds in a stream, particularly a slow walk, it helps them iron out a few little kinks they might find or not see when they're there themselves. So it's you know, good, and maybe shows to everybody else that even Sorries can find things after years and years of honing the skill sometimes to maybe come back to this build and change a few things.
Also, you always need somebody else to try to find cracks in your wall.
Yes.
Because if you make like a Cold Harbor ceiling, it will crack somewhere, and that's just really annoying.
Certainly, and you do. It always helps when you have someone, proof hopping around in your house and having a look at all the things. That's really, really helpful. A very good tip for those of you who are still working on your homes for the upcoming contests or in general. Drag all your friends in your house and have them look around and get all the different perspectives. Oh, look, everyone. Isn't it perfect? So serene, too.
Oh, here are more of those witch totems. Actually, used as school part 2.
Yeah, it's so...
It's
so funny. But, oop, there's one there. Little clam. Yeah, it's so nice. It's such a nice idea.
Yeah, next house, Seaville, was one of my more... I wanted to pull my hair out kind of houses.
Oh no! Oh no!
But like I said, like I really like a theme, and I made this for like one more housing, which doesn't have a theme.
No, true.
And it's just so... I just need a theme. Um,
Oh, I see. And
a theme
that's
is
why you
like
were
a
pulling your
limit, you
hair.
know.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Also,
Uh-huh.
my dragon is in this house, and that one is also um, as part of the mushroom scale evolution stage.
Mushroom scale evolution, everyone. We
Yeah,
have seen we have seen a glorious evolution so far already, but now we're going to kick it up a notch. That house is so amazing. The Seaver Spire, everybody. Oh, I have a link for the people there as well, because you do have a post on Twitter as well for this, so I will link that for the good people, so you can have a look. It's this one.
it's all the way at the back of the house. So if you go through the portal,
Yeah.
it's quite a walk.
It's
I really want them just to add house portals. Is it too much to ask?
house portals, everyone.
Yeah.
Those
Portals.
house portals, you know, from the entrance to the downstairs area, like really quickly, stuff like that would really help for those very large abodes, like Potentate's Retreat, for instance, or Stillwaters, or Seavale.
A lot of people also ask for like if we could choose where we spawn in. Like that would be really good as well.
Yeah, oh, that would be so great. Never
Yeah.
have to build over a stupid door that doesn't allow collision.
Oh, collision. Yeah, collision is such a weird thing in the game too. I feel sometimes it's very odd. Look, everybody.
It's like the part where I build. I like it so much, but it's so far. One kind of funny story, I think personally, with the former housing judges in Seaville, you have like a giant boat that's already there. It's part of the build.
Yeah.
And I was watching one of the judges hoping to see my house, and he was already visiting some other Seavilles. And like at the second one, he was like, "Oh, they built a boat too," and it's like, "No, it's already there."
Aww. I mean,
Does that mean like the first person got like great marks for like building a boat that's
not a
already in the house?
yeah. I mean, it's just when you don't know the house, right? So that might be a good lesson for those of you and of us, of everyone. If you don't know or if you're not familiar with a house, go visit the vanilla version. You know, unfurnished. Have a look at it, what it looks like, and then go visit. Because then you do see the transformation and the difference in the build. When I was visiting here, I thought this is such a wonderful idea to have the boat, the vessel tipped over the downstairs portal. Because of course you're going down, right?
It is. It's just like one item, like here's the portal. Like look at the boat. Oh, there's a portal. Go through it. That's the motivation behind the buff.
Yeah, but it's good. It's fantastic. It's really fantastic because it does tell people, okay, don't deviate. There's something that happened with the boat. Just go see. Then, of course, a very long corridor, and there's really large. Is such a really large plot. There are rooms left and right here, but it is not where the wonderful, glorious dragon waits for us, everyone. Was this?
build? It's so good.
It is so good indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Was this the first choice house?
Dragon.
Yeah, I went back to the dragon because I was like, have I seen the dragon? Because I saw the snake, but I was like, there was supposed to be a dragon.
Many people see the snake and they think it's okay, I guess that's a dragon, and then they walk away.
Yeah, and then I went. Yeah, and I was already on my way back, and I was like, no, wait, and I went back because, of course, so wonderful.
Have the snackpot fish also sort of present in this house.
Oh, look, everyone, this is so fun. Oh no! Oh no! Snackpot fish? Oh no! This is so much fun, sorry.
I love the
I don't
golden
know
thing
why I
made of
made
mushrooms
this.
as well. It's like a skeleton of mushrooms.
I think I just figured out like, oh, I can make skeletons with these. What kind of skeletons should I make? You know what? I'm just gonna make that fish. Um,
All the shrooms, everybody, look! This
and
is
so
so
many
fun.
people are pissed off because I used the replica cursed orb of Meridia as the eye because it's so expensive. Like, I don't know what else to use.
But you have to, I mean, you have to have some
It's
form to, create an eye, and it's supposed to be a little bit more
yeah,
dead, because it's a skeleton, so
yeah.
this is so fun. Oh, look, everyone.
Yeah, you can see the glare of that azure plasm cage through the snake, but
Yeah,
it's so hard to hide it.
It
a-
kind of works though.
it
Like,
does,
just looks
yeah.
original.
It does.
Maybe I should move it a bit to the left so that's behind the pillar that he's holding.
Mm,
But yeah, the snake body, easy. The snake head, difficult.
difficult, okay, okay.
Yeah, I just it's just hard making. Like the heads are just the most difficult parts in general.
Hmm. And in snakes, I mean, they are also very symmetric, right? So that could also be a little bit of a challenge to get it just right. And there's movement in this. I mean, I always like to talk about movement in some of the builds that we see. And that's exactly what I mean by that. There's a little story that's being told here with a snake. The body is wrapped
Yeah, I think I
around.
want him to hold something
Mm.
because it just makes it more dynamic.
Yes, exactly.
Like the dragon can be over there and be all mysterious and such, but like the snake,
Has to be dynamic a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, there has to be some kind of movement. And everybody is now wondering what dragon? This dragon, everyone. Look, this dragon.
Which has also been copied.
And there is a little body to it too. Look. Look, everyone. Can you see? Lurking. Lurking there. Being all mysterious.
Yeah, body goes back pretty much all the way back from the snake.
Yeah. It's like we are here and we can see the body. It's a big one, this dragon. Look, everyone. Oh,
And
the
if you play
eyes.
7 Dragon Balls, he will grant you a wish.
You know, Sterion actually built the Kame house, and there were the Dragon
It's
Balls.
so nice. I love that one.
It's so fantastic. I showed it in an episode of Crips just recently. It did fit the summary theme, and so that was so fantastic. Also, such an amazing and inventive build. So the 7 Dragon Balls are there, and the dragon is here. What do we do now? Hmm. So, this was one of the more fiddly ones, would you say? Stressful ones?
I think the dragon is one of the most hardest thing I've made.
Did you
That one took me ages.
Did you build it up on top of the water and link it all and then push it down?
Yeah, I hope I can grab it. Otherwise, I don't have EHT. I don't have ESO plus turn on. What's it called again?
Because I think that would be so hard to do, like out of bounds.
Wait.
It's so amazing. Oh, look, everyone.
Oh,
There we go. But he's way too bright out of the water.
Yeah, it looks more mysterious beneath. But look,
Yeah.
everyone, look.
eyes close up though. It's got a really nice face close up as well though.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Certainly does.
It really works up close too.
totally does. But I think that you're right in that it is more mysterious in the water. Lurking.
Yeah, like it's obviously less bright, but like the darkness just kind of fills in some blanks.
And it's kind of eerie as well, because it's like, is it going to strike out at me, sort of thing? Like it's quite, I like that about it. It's like, oh, watch your step.
Yeah, precisely. And I mean, is a little creature that is a very huge creature that's hiding there and lurking and just waiting for the right moment to strike, right? So it absolutely plays into that as well. And so this was the hardest thing you ever built, and why?
Yeah, to be honest, I also really struggled with like, well, the dragon was really hard. The snake head also took a while. But also I just did not have any clue what to do with the rest of the build. I just knew I wanted to sort of make something really impressive with the skill ID before other people were going to use it. And I wanted to cover those bases, but then I had those done, and I honestly did not know what to do with the rest of the house.
Creature more important.
Those parts are not my favorite. I think it wasn't a strict deadline contest. I think I was building onto the background things like until like the first person arrived, maybe, which was allowed. But it's not something that I want to do. I prefer to be done and not have to look at building anything on it again.
Right, yeah, it's also good when you have finished something and have turned it in and can't forget about it, in the sense that, okay, I've no need to put my fingers onto that, or I don't have any kind of need to,
I had some ideas. It's like at the like you have this tiny village here. And they're all kind of a bit Eastern, Middle Eastern themed. Maybe a bit of I can't pronounce it, but Chongqing, which is that part in China that's very Middle Eastern looking, which kind of fits with the dragon.
Yes.
As well.
It's a really pretty area. Like it's so pretty.
I think I really like it up until maybe this point, and I'm not sure if I just don't like the background rocks because I needed to cut off the rest of the build. And I just did not know with what. I eventually used those giant coral spires that came. I think they came with jode even, maybe. I don't know with what house they came with. And then I just tried to fill it up, but trying to cut off the parts, cut off the build from the rest of the house. I just didn't know what to do with.
Well, it's such a huge space.
Yeah, it is a really huge space.
A little dragon shrine, and over there's a snake shrine that sacrificed the fish for some reason.
For some reason.
I think I mostly had ideas for the creatures and not many ideas for the town part, aside from maybe a bit of Middle Eastern looking.
Yeah, I think I struggle with environments too. Like you kind of know what you're building is the feature, but then you're like, okay, so how do I finish it? Like I think I do that as well.
I think I should have just made it smaller, to be honest. I think I should have just cut this entire part out, like the village. I should have closed it in and made it more like Snackbot.
But then you want to build a big house because you don't know how many spots it's going to take up in the first place. You know that way, like for the creature.
Yeah, but also it's like a really expensive crown house that has this giant underwater cave part that you want to use. Like if this was one of those free houses you got for like an event, I could just cut that shit off, no problem. But I spent like 13k crowns on this house, so then I need to use the features that made me like it so much, so then I can't cut off the giant water part, and that was just a really struggle. Actually, I have so many crown houses that I never ended up fully decorating because I want to use the waterfall part, but I can't build at the waterfall parts because I just need to cut off so much stuff.
Yeah.
And then it just never gets done. And that made me kind of not really like, I think especially just the part with the ivies over there, because it's just more of a height job than it is like, ooh, I have such a great idea for this.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, and this is why the vastness of some of the plots can really be such a big challenge, because you know, you wanna build something special, and you have built something extremely special here. I think everybody will agree in that assessment. I mean, it's not just a wonderful snake, but also a lurking dragon, everyone. And then you've also gone to add more here just to make sure that you do, in fact, incorporate that part, the water feature part of the house, and don't close off all that much of it. I mean, there's a lot more around in this house, right? So you could have decided to go in a different direction with it, but yeah, it's a conundrum a little bit.
Yeah, looking back, I think I just should have just made the whole house the snake and the dragon. Because if you just make like one really good creature, it's more dynamic than making one really good creature but like meh kind of environment or other. So I feel like the environment kind of takes away from like the parts that are really good. Because I really love that dragon, especially. I think that's probably one of the best things I've built.
And also the hardest one, you so
it was so hard.
It was so hard, and you know, I think sometimes when we do very hard things, also notice everybody, there's a little ship here, and another little ship here.
Yeah.
is so wonderful when we get done with something really hard or that was really stressful for you, and then be rewarded with really falling in love with what you've designed. And I think that's really all that matters. Everything else, you know, is not that important. I mean, granted, if you are building for competition and you want to place, or your aim is to place, then it can be very stressful, I imagine, to get it just right. And both of you have mentioned that you struggle with the environment. You're not alone. There are lots of people who struggle with environment. So you shouldn't feel inferior or anything less, because you're such masters at designing these gorgeous, gorgeous creatures. Maybe, you know, it would be fair to just, you know, have other people help sometimes in just giving you perspective. It doesn't have to be hands-on, but
even just
also
just a screenshot. It's good to just like, you know, what do you think? It's great.
Yeah, it's great to. Sure,
I think
go ahead.
in this case it's also just a bit painful because like I did place like in the top 10, I think, but then somebody else copied my Studio Ghibli build like by a lot. Like it wasn't a one-on-one copy like some people did for my Pikachu, also with this dragon, and the person that copied my Urswell. But they won like 2 prizes. Including honorable mention most original, and I was like, most original, that's pretty much my Ghibli build. And then it's just kind of you know, like, you mean I could have just entered my own house possibly and like placed just as high with, like, there's a house that never won anything. So this one, I think it got like, I'm not sure, but like 8th or something. And then and I think I won like 6 million gold or something. And the other person who copied my other house won like 4 or 5 million gold in total.
I feel like this is the winning house, personally. I think this should have won. You wonder though, do you think that some of the judges maybe didn't see the dragon?
Maybe.
I don't remember who won, so I'm not gonna say like, oh my, I should have been the winner, you know.
I've not
I
seen
mean,
it.
obviously, everybody wants
just
to
think
always
it's-
play fire. Oh,
I
what
can't
what
believe
did
it didn't
win?
You know.
I do think people missed the dragon. Because I've seen people miss the dragon, but I know that people always miss these elements that are just even a little bit hidden. So I think I did write in this in the description. There's a giant dragon. They're like, please look in the water, please. But you know, there's a lot of water, so maybe they didn't see it.
I mean, and technically the snake is in the water too, but you know, the scales are in the water too, so maybe they thought that or so. You know, is sometimes really not with malice. You know, sometimes people are also in some competitions. You are on a time crunch to get through, you know, all the houses. But I do feel for all of you who feel you have been overlooked or some very crucial parts of your houses got missed, which is why we're here to highlight them, to showcase them, to talk about them, and hear your voices so that we can learn to slow down and find the hidden little ones and large dragons.
Look down as well as up. Look up and down all the time.
I think this is like the One More Housing was like such a big contest. Like you're not going to agree with like every single placement in general. You know, that's fine. I think the only thing that really soured me was just that I didn't speak up about that other person copying me. Because I didn't want to like make it a whole thing, but like afterwards you see them win 2 things and they're like, okay, now I wish I made it a whole thing, and that just more sucked than my own placement. Because now in comparison to like somebody who just copied an older build of mine, then it's just, you know, not as fun as it would have been to just like have like 8th place normally. So yeah, if you do think somebody copied you and you're in a contest, just
speak up.
say it.
Yes, say it. Speak up. Don't be shy. And particularly with these kinds of things, I mean, is it is such a shame, really. I mean, what's I find it very, very odd when someone decides, I see something very beautiful. I'm going to go and copy paste. And then I'm going to enter this into a competition. I mean, what kind of achievement is that? And also,
that's how can that be a satisfactory win?
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
there's no.
Yeah, I think the struggle is that it wasn't like they did, like I could tell they copied mine because they had like things that I kind of used for that build out of like, I mean, sure, that's fine, but if I expect somebody to make it from scratch, I'd expect them to use other items, you know? Like, I used a bread for the nose, and they also used a bread for the nose, and then I think you didn't even think, like, trying something else other than the bread, because I don't think, like, you know, like, when people, copy somebody else's tattoos, but the person tattooing it also copies somebody's mole or nipple into the new tattoo. Those kind of hints that it's a copy.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like as bad as other copies that I've had experience. Like I keep mentioning it, like, oh, somebody copied this. I already have an identical twin. I don't need people.
You already have an identical twin. Please, no more copies. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Like, but like if you copy it, like just first ask somebody. Don't enter it into contests. And you know, it just sucks because the other person is put into the position that they now have to speak up about it, that they need to kick up a fuss.
Yeah, and that's just taking all the fun out and the passion and also the joy, right? I mean, it's supposed to be something joyful and fun, and competitions, I mean, the word competition already tells you that is competitive, and there are people facing off against each other in a way, if that makes sense. But it can also be an opportunity as a community to show off what you've got and share in the experience and be honest about it and just, enjoy that part. And if you're here to learn, because there are also people who are here to learn, who are just starting out, there's no harm in talking to people and having a conversation about how they did things. That's what we are doing right here, right now, in this wonderful part 2. But don't go ahead and then copy paste exactly what they have done and enter it into a competition. That's just, there's no honor in that. It's just
Yeah, because why I
just
wanted to make
poisons.
this build was also just, especially the snake and the dragon, is because I knew eventually like other people would probably use the same mushroom ID.
Ah,
And they
yeah.
would make fakes, and I wanted to be at least be the first one, for example, to make a giant underwater dragon with them, so that nobody would like later think like, oh, I'm copying somebody else with an ID that's actually already my ID.
Mm-hmm.
Because some things like the two couches, the two beds make a couch. It's been done by so many people.
Yeah.
It's like to say like somebody copied me because they smacked two beds together to make a couch. Eventually some ideas will just turn into like general
Things,
building
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the toilet
So I
roll as
just
well,
wanted
isn't
to
it?
at least be
Yeah, also the
early
toilet
with
paper, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Toilet paper, the cup, the dress cup that's always getting used as toilet paper is, or certain, and we're back to toilets, everybody.
Sorry, I'm from Xbox. It does happen.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's one of the favorite things I look at, and this is very odd of me saying it, but mundane things are sometimes the most interesting cobbled, because the designers spend so much time fiddling about with different items to see how they can make an ordinary thing that we all know from the real world appear in ESO without using the throne that they gave us just recently, which is so nice. And yeah, and with this, I really love that you wanted to be the first, be a pioneer with those mushrooms, with the scales, with this idea. And
It's so unique.
it's very unique and so elegant, and you can see a flow in them, right? You can see the gorgeous snake body flowing, and there's movement in them. It's just I really love that, and the same is true also for the dragon, obviously. And yeah, it's just I really love that.
Yeah, because I've also had with my Pikachu and something like, obviously other people are going to make a Pikachu at one point. Like, I don't own Pikachu.
No,
but like
of
the
course.
people use the exact same picture and exact same items, and it's like, just make another Pikachu. Like, if you want to use the wheat, sure, use the wheat. Because I also think if I were going to make a Pikachu, I would use the wheat. Well, like, what else would be nice and yellow to use, except maybe those Eleanor carpets or something. Like that you don't even like deviate from like the obvious, like what somebody else used. Like, if somebody, like, people are allowed to use the mushrooms for skills. Like, I made this like now, I think the fish one was from 2002. Like, at a certain point it will be like 3, 4, 5 years old.
Yeah.
Just don't make the exact same fish or make the exact same dragon or make the exact same snake like the person on Xbox did. They just make the exact same cobra looking snake
Yeah, utilizing a skill is fine, same as you were saying with the couches, or with designing or utilizing a couch, just smacking two beds together. It's a skill that everybody can use. It's free, really, but you don't have to copy in the sense that you copy an exact build. And that's really, exactly, Taryn, that's really something unbelievable. I find that unbelievable too, that people do that.
like there are only so many couches that some people are going to make the same couch bed, like eventually, even without seeing each other. But like if they also happen to have the same chairs and happen to have the same wallpaper and happen to have the same, like at that point, you know, it's pretty obvious that they just
copied. Yeah, and that's just terrible. Yeah, and Shimina was also saying that some items invite to be used as in a certain way, but a whole build, yeah, that's I mean, it's just terrible. And also Shimina was commenting on not saying names, of course, but one more housing and very large competitions. Maybe some of the judges just feel rushed. You know, they have to enter and do things, and maybe they're not as experienced or don't have as much time, and just mark it off. And I think I think it's really sad when that happens.
And it were 175 houses I needed to judge. So there were also some houses that, for my sanity's sake, you know, I could look at it and it was like, okay, this is actually a storage home. I need to move on. I can't critically think about what scores I'm going to give like a storage home. But yeah, I think that there's just too many entries.
Sometimes, yeah, it can be really overwhelming. Also, Shimina was just mentioning that Shimina also made a couch, but actually noted it in the description that it's not their idea. So you can do that. It's not hard, doesn't hurt either. And yeah, applying a skill that you learn somewhere, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong. But yeah, going ahead and copying like that is just so sad. It's so terrible.
I think the couch, the 2-bed couch one, I think that one is so universal at this point. I don't really think anybody needs to say like, oh, I wasn't the originator, because we all know. I don't think we can even tell who originated that, to be honest, at this point.
Yes.
Same with the toilet paper. Like, if you had to, like, what other item is there, especially in the early years, to make toilet paper with? If you were going to make a toilet, you're going to use it as toilet paper, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And also, I mean, I've also seen. Oh, I'm sorry, Cheetytarah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just saying the toilet roll thing. It is perfect.
Yeah, it's totally perfect.
You know.
It's really fun. I mean,
you like put a bunch of candles together until it like, and then spin it around so that it's like a circle. No, like we're all going to use the toilet paper cup.
yes. I mean, I have seen also someone use the toilet paper cup as mozzarella on a pizza.
Oh.
So just, you know, turning it around and then sinking it in. So it's very versatile. And sometimes I've even seen the cup being used as a cup. Like it was really a cup, not toilet paper or something. It's really fun. And yeah, so little mundane things. They are so amazing to see what you guys. Also kitchens. I'm obsessed with or obsessed sometimes with kitchens and find it so amazing.
Really gross one for an purposely gross one.
And like purposely gross one. Oh dear, everyone. I mean, you did say that you like to think of when you have a theme, then it can it be scary? Can I have something
stupid?
Yeah, something fun. Something to make people giggle. I really love that. This is so fun.
Yeah, it was for that I first made a pumpkin lifting weights for J-Heart.
That was so fun.
I used that picture for a New Year's resolution contest. And then I turned that pumpkin, his name was Pumpkin Jacked. I made him a huge slob.
So funny. That's so funny.
Yeah, I get that, Simina, with One More Housing. Like, I don't think I could ever, like, judge on a stream, because I think the exhaustion with that many entries at some point also just hit in. With One More Housing, like I finished the North American. First did Europe once, then I finished the North American once, and then I had to go back to Europe because I noticed that my rating skill just morphed.
Oh dear.
And then I adjust all the scores. Like at a certain point, like an EU 8 wasn't and an NA 8 for like different numbers.
Ah,
You know?
I see what you mean. Yeah. I mean, for me, I have always judged on stream. I mean, I never say any kind of scores or anything like that, but I always judge on stream, which meant for the Enchanted Grove retreat I did, and before that one we had Gold Road Visions, and I put in, I think, 60 hours for Gold Road Visions and about the same amount for the Enchanted Grove retreat, and the competitions, all houses together, were well over 200 contestants. And you can, if you go to the on my Twitch, if you go to the collection that I made for that, you see the amount of hours that are in there, and you just see that the streams themselves, just the highlights of the streams, that they're really long. And I had people stay with me for almost 10 hours, which I was really amazed that people were able to hang out with me for that long and not get super tired um, of watching me meander through houses very slow. So yeah, it is very exhausting, and it is taxing, because you have to make sure that it doesn't, as you're saying, morph in regards to the scoring and stuff. But I would always do it again live on stream. But that's just me, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always have a lot of energy. It's not like I'm I feel depleted or something. I think after the Enchanted Grove retreat, at some point my voice started to go like, okay, you might need a break soon from all the talking. But that was already in the last 2 streams, I think. So
Yeah, like 175 were the ones, like it was just too many for me. That was just
it's very
it was.
understandable.
And I think
It's a lot.
mostly afterwards, I think when you started, they already made like a pre-selection. So anything that was like not an actual contest house was like not in the running. Like having to like give numbers to like houses that were honestly not meant for a contest is just really difficult. I should have been more been actually harder, I think, on them. You know, like if like a guildie asks me to visit their house and they just have a wall and it's just their dragon trophies, their dungeon trophies, I'm like, sure, that, you know, great job, but in a contest, like I think at that point, I think on NA, I think there were like 50 of those kind of houses. Because there was also no theme, you could do anything. So anybody who had a house and just entered their house with their trophies, with their antiquarian items, and that just became like really, really exhausting. And with the later, I think later too, they were a bit more strict on that.
Yes, they were.
So you were looking at actual contest builds, like maybe some were like 10s out of 10s, and maybe some were like still a beginner made them, but the beginner actually like worked hard on it, you know?
They do. They work very hard. I mean, everybody does, but a lot of people really put their heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears into it, and maybe scream at the screen a few times or have words because things don't work as they want them to work. So yeah.
Like they actually thought about the build, you know, like they put like real mind into like, oh, I want to make this, and that I think that probably made it a lot easier than just like I've parked all my items here, houses. And I think that's just a bit of, when you advertise very broadly. I think a lot of PvP guilds were also like advertised to, and there is no theme and there is no other kind of restriction that people have to hold to. You do get 400 entries, but you don't get like the same kind of entries that a housing guild would get, that has a theme, that has something.
I mean, Enchanted Grove Retreat, I think, is a very good example of a theme that a housing guild had, and there were magnificent entries, 171 for that one, and for Gold Road Visions there was 78, which is also quite a lot to get through. I remember that for last year's One More Housing that they did wheedle it down to manageable amount for both judges groups, which is it is very good that they do that, because it really, if you like me and you snail through houses and you take your time and you look at the details, or you want to look at the details, it's you can't rush through them in 10 minutes. You have to have a little bit more time. But if you have a large number of houses and you're spending about half an hour or 45 minutes in each house, just do the math. You can just do the math and calculate how long it would take me, for instance, to get through houses like that. So it's is very good when they are able to wheedle down contestants a little bit, and weed out those that obviously don't fit a theme, or that were just entered for the glory. Some designers or some people do that too, just to be part of it, and that's fine. It's absolutely fine to participate, and that's why I'm saying that people should really participate in competitions because of being part of the housing community and being part of something so large and big. I think that's really important to stress. But at the same time, when it comes to the judging part,
yeah, like that's why I always prefer, like for my guild, Tamriel Homes, best guild ever, and I promise I will be more active. We always do only in-guild entries, and we do guild voting. So we don't have 20 entries or something, but we do have a high amount of guild participations. I think one time we got like 69 entries.
It's very good participation, yes.
For just only people in one guild, and they were all around the theme, and were all put in a lot of effort into. And then guildies will vote on the entry, so even if you do not build,
you still participate. Yeah, very good point. Very good point.
Houses, and they don't particularly enjoy the building part, but in that way they can participate.
Yeah, be part.
I enjoy your guilds because it's like the contests aren't like one after another. Like they're a bit more spread out. I think that makes them more special. So you're like, oh, right, there's a contest. I'm going to try and make effort.
Yeah.
I like the kind of pacing of it.
Yeah, pacing in regards to competitions is also a question that you have to ask in housing communities, and sometimes it just we have a feature now on Discord that is called polls, so you can just poll and see what people want and listen to the people, and that's a recurring thing for me. I keep repeating it to you guys. I'm here to listen. So if you have anything you want to be highlighted, or if there's anything that I can do to highlight something or carve out space.
Calling me. I'll be gone for a second.
Sure.
I'll be
right back. Don't worry, it's all right. We're still here. I was just gonna say that please, also those of you who are with us in Twitch, don't be shy. You can message me, and I'm always happy to listen and find spaces. Also for those who, sometimes builds can be really, really specific, like very niche, and maybe they haven't fit into a competition theme or into other streaming themes, for instance, in the showcases on the house folio, then do message and maybe we can find a way to create space. Just recently, I've done that because I had a wonderful conversation with Thunderthigh about literature in housing. And there is now a space for that on the real end game. So do give us feedback. We will listen. I will listen. And I will try to find spaces where they're needed. So don't be shy. It's so wonderful, everybody. I think I lingered in this build for a while, just staring at the snake. And then staring at the dragon.
The scales are just so perfect, aren't they?
They are.
It's like it just works so well.
It works absolutely magnificent. And we do see this evolution, right? From mushrooms and the snake in the Earthware Sanctuary. And then we saw this gorgeous mushrooms in the Snug Pod. And here we are now. And it's so fascinating to see. And of course, you do need that Azure Plasm Cage to get that effect. Yeah, makes so much sense.
I like the glow of it coming through the wall. I think it's quite nice. I don't know. I know it's not intentional, but I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've meandered about this. That how far can you push it without losing the effect?
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, that the environment around the creatures is. I mean, saying that or hearing that Sorries is actually not that happy about it is. I was really loving it. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
It's so impressive, so glorious.
I love all the wee lanterns and things as you walk.
Yes, and there's so many. If you look at their kobolds, there are such nice kobolds also with the houses. It's wonderful layering all around and creating this smaller scale. You know, scaling down the village a little bit to create a little bit of an environment for the humongous snake and the glorious large dragon. That totally works.
Yeah,
I really love that. Such a smart use also for this. But I can see that if you're more focused on the creature, then of course this part can be a little bit of a it's okay that's here, but maybe.
Yeah, I've done that in one of my builds. Like it's for a dragon that isn't finished yet, and I keep thinking, but I really hate this environment. I hate the idea that I've built around the dragon. Like there was no idea. I had to think of one, just for something to build. And it's really hard. I'm like, can't I just have a dragon in a big empty house? But of course, then it's like, you don't feel like it's a finished build.
Right,
so
right.
You feel like it has to belong to a bigger environment, and I think it's hard.
It's very hard. It's very hard. I mean, also, I have had conversations with really accomplished designers, all basically saying the same thing, that the thing that they enjoy building most is not the environment around the thing that they're building. And that's very interesting. Maybe there should be a support group.
Yeah.
That
tips to each other.
Yes,
what item can you use to fill a space?
Yes, have a conversation. That's what I mean. Talking to people can really, really help. Like, just saying, guys, I really struggle with this, or I'm just so unhappy with this, or I really find this difficult to create any words. This sometimes that's all it takes to find something. Maybe a different perspective can really, really help.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know what I also loved about this build is the movement with the town around it, because there's a little bit of a dilapidated part going on, obviously, where the snake has started to attack.
Yeah, it's ripped off like a tower or something, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah, it's chomping away.
Jumping hungrily. He's so cute. I had the best time here. Yeah, it's such a magnificent body. So exact also, and the symmetry with the head, and Sorries was saying that it was so difficult to create. And I love that it's munching on something. Mm. Do you like towers? Are they tasty? You know, um, maybe it could be also a good opportunity for you if you are struggling with that dragon to have people come visit, pull them in.
Yeah,
And
it's a bit of a mess just now though, but yeah, maybe I should.
even if it's a
I'm
mess.
excited to start it as well because I'm using like meat chunks, and I love the meat chunks, and I've not used them for years. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to build a meat dragon, and then I'm like, but I hate the room I've put it in. So it's like, yeah, I don't know.
You know, sometimes you realize that maybe you're moving to a different plot. Because, I mean, if you start in one plot and you see that the creature works, but everything around it doesn't, and maybe in a different plot it will work even better.
It's sort of like a custom building I've got around it, so it's kind of like my fault because I've made it. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's in Doomchar, and I really like the kind of ambience there.
Oh yes.
It kind of suits like the meat dragon, but
Oh
it's just the room
yeah.
I've made. That's I don't know. I just don't know. It's difficult.
Welcome back, Sorries. Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, also Doomchar. Ooh, that environment, right?
One of my favorites, Doomchar.
I've tried building in Doomchar and I've never finished anything there.
Oh, I like it.
Oh my. Both of you, I mean, you start. We were just talking that Cheetytarah has started a dragon there and built an environment around, and is a little bit struggling there. So maybe, as I was saying, you guys, support group, environment group, please help.
We build animals, we don't build environments. I mean, I do like from we can go to my next house. I do like the environment there, but it's very unnatural.
Very unnatural.
Ebonheart.
Ebonheart, everybody.
Ebonheart.
The Ebonheart Chateau. And off she goes. Swoosh. Oh, it's so lovely. I mean, sometimes a natural environment is a good thing, right? And when it is a good thing, that you know, sometimes it helps the creature stand out even more.
And it gives you more slots too, I suppose. If you're using more of the actual natural surroundings.
Oh, that's true. Yes, you have more slots for the creature.
That's
or plural.
Plots.
Yeah. I mean, really, maybe there are maybe landscapers out. Oh, wow! Look, everybody. Maybe there are landscapers out there that can help and jump in with the whole help. We design creatures, not environment. Maybe they heard your call and will message and oh look, everybody.
Yeah.
Do you see the kitty here? Can you see it, everybody? A little kitty.
So, yeah, this is a cityscape environment, which is completely unnatural.
Of course.
Yeah, I do think my environment is Snackpot. I do really like that one, for example.
Yeah, you did a magnificent job.
I think the problem is big houses, that you only have so many slots. And that you need to cut off parts, you need to cover up parts of the house, and that just takes a lot of out of the build. But yeah, this is even hard to tell. So the fish house was for the same contest, only this was the final round, the finale round of that contest. Which I thankfully won. I built this house in 3 days, but when I say 3 days, I mean all the days.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Non-stop. Did you get up and have a snack?
Yeah.
You ate in those 3 days.
I slept and I ate and I built this house.
But
even
nothing
though
else.
I had months, because the deadline kept getting moved, I think a lot of people were stuck as well. Because this contest did not have a theme, this was also chopped. So I had to use certain items, and one of the items we already see at the entrance is the High Isle Hearth. And I hated that item the most.
Oh dear.
Until I made this Hello Kitty, and then I loved it.
Aha!
But I struggled with that one the most, because like the tiles, they don't really match the rest of the house.
I see.
I did use it slightly to the right, where this Target Centurion Dwarf Brass is in the inside part of the hearth. But it wasn't like original enough for me yet, because you know the contest is all about getting assigned items and using them as originally as possible. So I needed something better for that hearth. And then I made that Hello Kitty, and then I actually did like that hearth, but that initially I struggled the most with it.
Oh, that's interesting.
The cushions to make the
and
boat.
this is a PC shop with the.
This is so amazing, everyone. Also, Shimina was saying, I fear my worm will stay my only creature. You know, Shimina, you're saying this now, but I see more creatures in your future. Maybe you get inspired
Never
also.
say never.
Yes, never say never. So I can only admire artists who can create multiple different creatures and make them look alive. But these here are really fascinating to look at and admire the creativity. Oh, such a sweet compliment to those two ladies here. So darling. And yes, so everybody, I was already going a little bit ahead because I was like, oh, look, everybody, a PC shop.
Yeah, so this is my cyberpunk Neo Tokyo kaiju house, I call it. And I made it for chops, as I mentioned before.
Yes.
I think at the entrance there aren't a lot of the items that I use. Like on the right you have a konbini, which is like a Japanese grocery store. It's the opposite of the door.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Above you also have Vazes walking on the.
Yeah, I saw that already. I was like, oh look,
I still need to add like Firari. I don't know how to pronounce her name at the moment. It's been a while. The cat burglar as a ninja in here somewhere.
Perfect, yeah.
Oh, there she's walking. Yeah, there she goes.
There, look, everybody. And this is such nice pathing, everyone. Look. Was that fiddly for you, the pathing?
The pathing was horrible. And it's also just before the deadline, it stopped working and I needed some help to get it fixed.
Oh no. Oh no, that's that must have been nerve-wracking.
I came back and it was broken and yeah.
Oh no. Nerve-wracking.
Like the kind of what's that game with the cat called again? Prey? Kind of vibes of it. And I have a little ramen food shop. I really like people really like this hot pot bowl with the griffin feathers.
Yeah, that's so amazing.
People really like that wok bowl.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's like you build like a dinosaur, but now people mention the wok bowl.
Yeah, but you know, those tiny things, they do stand out, and it's just really fun. You know, it's something really brilliant.
Oh, my mom is calling now. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, my sister needed some help buying tickets while she's in London, and she needs my parents for that, but she can't contact them. Be right back.
All right. All right. It's all good. We can admire and be stunned and amazed at this, and just amazing. And it's such a layering job too, creating the look.
I love the big clock. There's like a clock tower.
Yes.
It's all red and blue. It's so good.
Yes. Look, everybody. If you can, maybe I'm going to go back here so there you can see it a bit more. Look. You're so sweet, Shamina. Or is it an altar? We shall ask in a moment. This is, I mean, I could also just click into it, but I'm not going to. Sorries will tell us all about it. This is just so. Also, maybe you've not noticed, but the vampiric lights here. I don't know if you can see them up there too. They really highlight the windows there a little bit, and turning around, of course, all the wonderful tapestries, and then creating those signs. This is just really amazing. I hope you can
And
all
one of
see
them's
that.
got grapes. It's like I would never have thought to use grapes and things for letters.
And fish.
Red.
Mhm.
Fish, yeah.
Yes, and little crabs. Look, everyone. What can an item be? Sometimes fish and wonderful grapes turn into letters. Writing on a wall, or in this case, on wonderful, glorious tapestries. This is so amazing. And I see that amazing dragon door here. That's something I find so special, the use here.
And it's got like elevator buttons.
Yes, because it's an elevator here, of course. Yes, it's so amazing. Look.
Because it's not been pressed in. It's like such a wee detail, but it's great.
Look, everybody. Can you see? This is just so amazing. It's so amazing. There's so much detail here. Also, cutting off a little bit here of the amazing creature on the tapestry. It's just so fantastic to see such elegant uses for those furnishings, and what was used, or what part was supposed to be shown and what part wasn't supposed to be shown. That's also quite interesting what choices have gone into this. So just the the little Hello Kitty here. I hope everybody can see this.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. We were just meandering about the genius that went into using those different furnishings, and Chimina was telling you found a good use for those Daedric platforms as platforms. Stairs now. That takes genius. Or is it an altar? What is it?
Altar?
Altar.
You mean the stairs here? Like, here you have like a sort of cyberpunk club next to it.
Oh.
It's like the neon light. This is just and then you come into the cityscape with all the kaiju, which are like the giant Godzilla-like monsters.
Oh.
I really liked the clock.
The clock is so amazing. Yeah, Cheetytarah, we were looking at the clock and we're like, oh.
Oh, the clock. Yeah, yeah. Like one of the items that I had to use was for the contest was the Khajiit moon sigil, and it's in the clock.
Yes, it
among other
is.
places. And one of the other items I had to use were Daedric doors, the Deadlands doors. They're in a building. So I think what I started with.
Oh, look, everybody, so cute.
I can't always see what you're looking. Oh yeah, that little area. I really like that area. Like I go to like with the neon, those doors, those really expensive cushy doors. I really like those here.
I was already meandering about those doors because you also use them over here at the elevator. Up here, there's, and we meandered about the buttons that people can push here.
Yeah, you also had to incorporate sounds, and honestly, I was kind of lost on that. And then they're bells. They're Elseworlds bells, so they're also like doorbells.
Why not?
But it wasn't my favorite.
It wasn't your favorite.
Like, okay, I still need some sounds. I do have lightning sounds for the giant portal in the sky.
Yeah.
But the bells were, because I had a sound for one of sounds and pathing were also like parts of the build
requirements. I see.
Yeah, they were kind of my afterthought. I will be honest.
I do really like this little area here too. I mean, afterthoughts. You're saying it's afterthoughts, but those are sometimes the things that do stand out still. And I really find it interesting that there are these kinds of requirements, and I think that can really, really help people hone their skills. Does that make sense? Like when you have to incorporate specific items into your builds, it helps you become creative. Yeah, challenge. Yeah.
I like the idea of that. That sounds fun.
What I like about this build is that I used a lot of those items that are very don't work in a lot of other builds. For example, the Daddy Dagon tapestry and those Tales of Tribute banners. Like the Tales of Tribute banners kind of look like a Sailor Moon kind of outfit, so I used that as a banner, and that Daddy Dagon is now like an anime poster. They kind of don't really mesh well with the look of the rest of the game.
I see. Yeah.
And like the tribute tapestries also have a very more modern look to them.
A little bit more polished, yes.
It's futuristic.
Yeah, yeah. So they certainly work here. For sure. Really love this. This is so much fun. The entire build is so much fun.
I think like the dragon is like my favorite creation, but I think this is probably together with Snackbot, probably my favorite like house.
Aww.
In terms of I just think it looks really good. Also, I think at the point that I made this, I haven't seen a lot of new houses in a while. Because I've been taking a bit of a break. But I hadn't seen like a house like this, if you know what I mean.
Yes, no, it's very unique.
It has this kind of cityscape and kaijus, especially too. I think the eye monster was the first one I made.
Really?
Yeah, no. Okay, no, I know where I started with. Like, one of the items, there were 8 items, and I'm just gonna go down the list of what I had to use and where I used them. The first that I used were the Elsewhere windows that are the giant tower over there. And because of those, I knew I had to make like a cityscape. And because of some of the other items, I knew I had to make like monsters with it. So the eye monster is the easiest one. It's just glow stalks and the round thing with an eye in it.
Yes.
I also made the dinosaur pretty early because I knew with those flags I had to make something that moved.
Oh, look. Yeah, Look at him. I'm sure everybody already saw him.
The teeth are so good, like the jaw.
The jaw is so amazing. Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect.
One of the hardest items were Orcus gazebos.
Oh, yeah, those. Oh, they can be fiddly.
Because the easiest thing you can think of is you flip them around and now they're floors, but they have a tiny invisible wall.
They do.
So
Oh, this is so annoying.
Floor.
Yeah.
So like, where did I use them? I used them up there for the portal.
Oh, look, everybody. Smart. Very smart.
So those are Orcish gazebos. They are the other dimensional portal, together with the actual portal of Celestial Vortex. And you know what? I don't have to use it anywhere else now, so I'm okay with that. Because that was a hard item. Let's see. Another item was clockwork lampposts.
Oh.
And they are in the spider legs. The spider legs are the lampposts.
Oh my. Wait, spider.
Left.
Ah, oh yeah, got it. Look, everyone. Look at the.
Yeah.
Look at. Oh, I really love the body too. But the lampposts are. That's amazing.
Dwarven chandeliers and some crystals. I really like those lantern eyes, to be honest. They actually kind of look like spider eyes.
They do.
And they have little, they have those things with their mouth.
Yes, the pincers. Yeah.
The pincers, yes.
Oh.
And I like that thing on its butt too. I forgot what it's called. The valve. So the steampunk. You need a mechanical spider, right?
Of course.
That's the other items that I had to use. The Deadland doors, they're just part of the building. The Khajiit Moon Sigil are part of the cityscape and in the clock.
Yeah.
Hello Kitty already said it's the high Isle Hearth.
Yeah.
Which is in that corner.
Yes.
And then I need to think if already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over the last 2 items there were 8. Oh no, 7. The Orcus gazebos. I need to think. And what was the last one? I think it was also something structural, like.
Oh.
Maybe it was like the archways.
Oh, could be.
I'm trying to think what the last item was.
But it's really amazing that when you are forced, when you are tasked or challenged to build with a specific item or multiple specific items, and you come out creating something like this, everybody. Amazing. Fantastic. Gorgeous.
I can for my life not remember the last one at the moment.
It's all right.
I think it was something. Maybe it was here. I think it was those Deadland stores, clove stocks, Orcus gazebos, Khajiit Moon Sigils, Elsewhere's flags, High Elf Hearth, and lamppost. And I'm missing one, and I cannot for my life remember what it was at the moment.
It's not a problem. It's all right. I think nobody will butcher you, or will scold you.
But like the challenge is to use them in original ways, and if you then can't remember, I think I'm just gonna look up what the last one was. I think
it's all right.
This person.
This is so special, everybody. I hope you can see. There's a little. Can you see them down there? A little friend. Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, I thought I was finding it there.
Such an amazing build.
Yeah, like what I really want to build, I think it was like the archways of something. I think maybe it was the Deadlands, the Daedric doors and the Deadlands archways or something. Gosh. Anyway, oh, what was I saying? I ramble so much.
It's all right. It's all right, darling. It's all right.
Yeah, I don't think. What was I saying?
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, so I have a little crab monster over there.
Yes.
And this tentacle monster with the submarine.
That's such a wonderful idea too. And you know, wriggling vines, of course, that's always a big winner, I think, to find ways in which you can utilize them in elegant ways.
Yeah, I have a little axolotl. And I really like Halu as like this. People are like, why are all these Halu kind of sort of tapestries? But he's like the dictator of like the city who overspent on all his propaganda instead of buying defense items.
Oh, the axolotl is so cute, and the eyes, and I mean they are very cute beings. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you were saying? Go ahead.
No. I think I used those those vampire ball thingies again, but this time they're on the flat side instead of the round side.
Ah.
And I think I used a candle to put the little lazy place in there.
Ah, that's elegant. And you know, items, we were talking earlier about this, that some of the best items to use to create creatures, fantastic creatures, everybody, that you've seen here, utilizing mushrooms and very ordinary old pieces, old furnishings that come to light and shine in these magnificent new ways. It's really, really inspiring. Just, you know, even if it's an old item or something that you might find, oh yeah, is at a home goods vendor, just keep turning it around and see what it can be, and maybe it can make its way into one of your creatures or one of your builds.
Yeah,
You never.
like, if something's really, really cheap to craft, then why can't you craft, say, 100 of them, and then just cobble them together? You know, like if something is cheap enough, you can have enough of them.
Yes.
I found the list, by the way, and I'm not missing any. Apparently, I just can't count.
It's all right.
So it was. I'm just gonna name them clockwork lampposts in the spider.
Yes.
Dark shade glow stalks are in the eye monster. Deadland doors are just part of the architecture.
Yes.
Elster windows are those buildings. Farcray flags in the dinosaur. High Owl Hearth in the Hello Kitty. Khajiit Moon Sigil is in the clock and also in the architecture, and the Orcus gazebos.
That's 8. That's 8.
Yeah, apparently that's 8. I keep naming them all and then apparently just not counting them.
It's all right. This time I counted silently. It was really 8. So you were not missing something. You got it all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a fun build. It's such a fun build. How long did this take for you?
I already said that. I 3 days, but like
3 days. Full 3 days, yeah. And we were making sure that you went and had food, you slept, but you did nothing else but that.
I was really stuck on those gazebos, I think. Like, the High Owl Hearth was also hard, but at that point I think I already had like built 80%. I was just trying to force that thing somewhere because I had to use it. But I just didn't know where.
Was there a moment? Was there like a moment when you were getting close to slot limit? I mean, we are at 700 slots, everybody. Was there a moment when you reached slot limits and you're like, I still have to fit an item, or do you fit all the items and then build
I
all
don't
around?
remember.
Hmm.
I think if I was close to the slot limit and I had slots left, I would have just made sure to fill in the sky cracks as much as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
And if I had too many slots, if I didn't have enough, I don't have enough slots left. I think I probably removed like a bowl or something. So I don't think I think it was just the time that was like that I just got stumped at some point, and then and like 3 days before the deadline I gave a final, because it was a 3-round contest, because I also, my humble mod is like the second round, so fish, humble, like snackpot, humble mod, this house.
Yes.
So I was already in the final round, so it felt like really bad to give up, so I had to finish, and thankfully I did finish because I did win the tournament.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! So it was the final push. You gave it your all. You decided, okay,
Yeah.
I've come this far. I
But it was
cannot
tough.
give up. That's very nice. It's so lovely. And again, showing that deadlines sometimes can really help to pull things, amazing themes off. Yes, deserved, Chimina says. Very well deserved. Just,
Yeah,
oh,
well,
so
there were
amazing.
more deadlines, but those apparently did not help as much. But I think a lot of people struggled, and also because it was multiple rounds. Like, you enter the first round when you have like more time, but then the next rounds are maybe periods where the people who passed the first round got busy with other things.
Yes.
So it's not like, oh, I see a contest announced now, and I will have 2 months, and oh, I know I'll be not busy because you're already at round 3. That type of planning kind of disappears.
I see.
But yeah, I do like this house, and I do want to make another house like this, but like better. And with
better.
mostly this the cityscape parts, but I'm just I've been kind of stuck on that for quite a while now.
In the sense that you want to not be locked into specific items, or how do you mean improve the cityscape?
Well, I do kind of see the 3-day rushness of it all, but I just want to make like a more sleeker, larger city. Probably like less creatures, but more like kind of Akira kind of city, more thought out.
More
A 3-day crunch build.
I mean, a 3-day crunch build
really loves this build.
It's so lovely, and you should be very proud of this one, and you should feel you know, this is amazing. Doing it in 3 days, it's really, really fantastic.
No, finish. I'm terrible with interrupting.
No, it's all right. I was just
I can never find the right timing.
It's all right, darling. Is the thing that I was just gonna say, you know, if you do have a desire to create something that allows you for more time to really think it through before, or maybe test design, or, you know, even draw, like preliminary drawings can also sometimes help people think or see more what they want to build. I think that would be amazing to see as well, maybe in the future, for a goes back to see where they're at, what's Sorries and Cheetytarah up to in a few months or a little bit longer, depending on how long you take. I think that would be amazing to see, you know, a return to the designers. What are they up to now? And
I'll finish some of my dragons.
yay! Yay, that would be so amazing to see.
Yeah.
Another Cheetytarah dragon. Why not? Why not? Truly, and maybe that's also something that people can take as inspiration. This is a 3-day crunch build with 8 items that had to be used in creative ways for competition. Everybody take inspiration from that and just be sure that never giving up or not giving up and really sticking with it can lead to such success. So yeah, I would love to do a return to you guys. And maybe you have a house already thought out for this, or maybe you're thinking about a house that you can.
I was thinking about the Shadow Queen house, but that's a bit of the struggle because here I use Cold Harbor Rock, and with Cold Harbor Rock you can slide things, you can hide things, and if you use like a house like the Shadow Queen's Labyrinth, you cannot do that if you want to use the sky.
Oh, true.
And I think I kind of got stuck there, because then I need to make a cityscape, and if you use those windows, like the Elseworlds windows, you cannot turn them off, so you need to also have them at the correct space that they don't shine against something you don't want them to shine against. Like now they shine at the floor, which is fine.
Yeah.
Or they shine the other way.
Yes, yes.
But that is just really difficult, so I'm just really stuck on like what house I want to use, because then you have such a cool house to build like a city in, but you just can't really. You need to hide some trees and that sort of stuff. I really just hope they will add. I think I've been mostly just waiting for them to add a portal, so they can just build wherever the fuck I want.
Yes, yes.
Maybe don't even just build up as high as possible, like go 5 floors up, so that the entire house part is just all the way down, and I just have the sky, and you just have the empty. You still need to create like a walking space or something. I just really need a portal item. I think that would just motivate me so much more.
Did you hear that, Zos? We need a portal item, please.
Yeah,
Pretty please.
you could do so much with that. You can just. I think maybe they don't want people to build out of. People can
Perimeters.
climb over the invisible walls.
Yes,
and
yes.
I think they don't want people to build there. But like, who honestly cares?
Also, Shimina was agreeing. She would pay for working portals. They would pay for working portals. I'm always assuming. Also, Shimina mentioned never give up, never surrender. Eh? Yes, exactly. That should be, if you're a little bit struggling, write that down on a note, notepad and stuff, and put it on your mirror or by your workspace to remind you all the time. Never give up, everybody. Never. Or learn to give up when you don't feel the build, as we said earlier. Oh, mushroom towers. So Shimina was also saying they have them, those mushroom tower portals, make them into items. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they've also had those climbing vine thingies.
Yes, Merkmeier.
It will just be such a positive change. Like, I already really liked it. They added the time of day.
Oh yes.
Especially if you work with windows. Because I have like one tiny cityscape I can port to it for a second. It's not very big. In Sisters of the Sands, but if it's a certain time of day, the windows will shine through the build.
Yes, of course. And that's why I keep also mentioning Zos, weather control. Pretty please? Please? Would be so nice if, particularly in those, also the Twin Arches or other places like that have sandstorms. Right, so
yeah,
I know that some people are really not happy with those.
Like I'm in the other house. This is an
Perfect.
apartment based on the cyberpunk anime.
Ah.
Which technically could work in other words, but I think the Zelda one is more impressive, probably.
Sorry, guys, I might actually have to go.
Yeah.
I've got a really early start in the morning, and I thought, oh, I better not go to another house.
All right.
No,
Well,
thanks a lot for. I'm also like adding a more house than agreed upon. So,
it's all right. No,
I completely understand.
Oh,
no.
no, it's just I'm working tomorrow. That was all. You know, normally late nights are fine, but not tomorrow.
Oh,
No,
poor
this is very
Cheetytarah.
understandable.
Very understandable. Also, thank you so much for joining us today again. And I will check up on you and on you both from time to time. You can be sure of that. Do have a wonderful evening still and sleep tight and have a wonderful day, even though you have to work.
Yep. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Welcome, welcome.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Wow. Wow, look, everybody. Oh, look. And is by the way, it's all right to add another house. Sorry, it's fine. When I was showing or was talking with Pack, Lil was asking in the chat whether Pack was having a work in progress, and so we decided to go there and show a work in progress that we also did not agree upon. So it's all right. It's certainly all right. Do not beat yourself up for showing more houses.
No, it's so fine.
I really love that because it's so nice to see. Look, everybody! Oh my goodness, I don't know where to look first. We are in the Sisters of the Sands, everybody. And yeah, I understand what you mean. Windows, they can be such a fiddly thing.
Yeah, they will just. I don't even think I have the Elsewhere windows in here. They're just the normal Sisters of the Sands windows who will just blast lasers into the house. And maybe that could be fun to work with, to be honest. But they will also come from the dark part.
Oh.
Like, this is just supposed to be a room that has the lights turned off because I ran out of slots. Sometimes you'll see a little robot come out of it.
Yes, yes. Little
But,
robot.
like, this is like, I made this one before Ebenhard.
Oh, wow.
Because I just had that Cityscape ID. And I kind of
Oh.
want to make just a really sleek, futuristic Cityscape.
Yes.
And I like just collected like a ton of items for it. I just can never get it to... I just can never... You know, I don't even have another ID for a build at the moment, so that's just something I've been stuck on for quite a while.
Maybe maybe it will come to you with some inspiration. With, you know, people when you have conversations and people might have an idea or say something and that sparks something for you, and then poof, you have your idea. And this is you know, we were talking about fantastic creatures, and both of you have shown such amazing creatures and are fairly renowned for that. But here we are, looking at a cityscape in an apartment. That's 100 slots, everybody, just so you know. 100 slots, pulling this off, that's not easy to do. It's quite a feat. You should be proud.
The theme of this contest was apartments.
Ah.
I did not win.
I mean,
I think there are only 12 entries.
Oh, 12 entries. I mean,
I don't think I got top 3. I think they had a top 3. I don't think I had that.
It's such an interesting idea.
I do forget I have it sometimes.
I mean,
I do think I'm getting that. You have that new furnishing pack that Haunted Housewares. I do think.
Oh, yes.
I will get that one because you have that. I also got those sort of twin statues that have like different effects. And I kind of like the Force Ghost ID, and you have that painting with the ghost come out of it. That is
yes.
looks like a Force Ghost. I kind of like that idea for like the below part of the city, for like a sort of shopping street.
Yeah, why not?
It would be fun for like other worlds, but I don't know like if I can. I mean, cyberpunk exists.
Yes,
This
cyberpunk.
is technically a cyberpunk house.
Certainly.
But I don't think that is. But I haven't. I've watched the cyberpunk anime, which is where this one is based on. I actually haven't played the game.
That's all right. I mean, you don't have to. So for other worlds, if you're not sure, you can always message or DM Lil if you're not 100% sure that your entry will fit. But I can tell you, right now that cyberpunk will work.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not just. It has to be like a pop culture thing, right?
It has to be, so for other worlds, it has to be something that's not in our world, and that's also not in Tamriel. So, but that being said, a medieval build will still work, even though it's you know, a Lord of the Rings build, for instance, will still look fairly like Tamriel, or can look fairly like Tamriel, but it would still work. So if you're really in doubt about that and you really want to nail it, just don't be shy and message Lil, and you can iron out the details. It's not a problem.
Yeah, but like if the theme is to make something within like another media context, like my Zelda house is very much just Zelda.
Certainly, yeah.
I do think if I want to make this, for example, for other words, I do need to actually have it be an actual other source of media instead of I'm just building the cityscape that I want to build and I just slap a sticker on it with like this is this media. I swear, you get what I mean?
Yes, yes, sure. I mean, the Zelda
like,
build definitely is nice, something.
But is this actually cyberpunk? Like, I don't know. I did really like Akira, the anime. I don't know if you know that one.
But only briefly looked at.
It's a lot more dystopian than what I was looking for.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find like that sweet spot of if I don't actually have that much time before the deadline, to be honest.
Yeah.
So if in worst case I just enter my Zelda house.
I mean, the Zelda house.
Anything, so.
And Zelda house is perfect. I mean, it's definitely another world, so you should be safe with that. But yeah, I mean, thinking outside the box sometimes can help and you know, elevate a build. And if you truly want a cityscape to become another world, maybe bouncing off ideas with someone, or you know, just asking can certainly also, you know, spark ideas maybe for you.
Yeah, I was like hoping like One More Housing hasn't been back in a while, that it would come back, because then I can just build a city that I want to make and enter it there. But I don't think they are planning any kind of continuation, as far as I know. At least it has been quite a long while since the last.
People haven't heard anything, so yeah, it's quite quiet.
They were so big and so much effort, and it always problem with like really big contests is, and I also do that, I'm also guilty of it, but people will complain about things, and some of them maybe will be valid, but a lot of times they will not be valid.
I see what you mean, yeah.
And I kind of get why it probably was too much at a certain point, because it's just if it gets too big, it stops being fun sometimes.
Yeah,
I complain about somebody copying me, and obviously that's not their fault. I should have spoken up sooner, for example. But other people complain about, oh, but I didn't win. Should have been higher. I should have been this, and you can't really, you know.
There's egos around, yes.
With our contest, that somebody has like a really strong opinion that this person's build should have been higher, and you know, complaining about cheating, for example, is pretty valid, but just other people having different opinions than you is not.
Yeah, it's also taste, right? It's just everybody has different taste, and for some people, a certain build just vibes more with them because it just speaks more to them, or they can directly see, what it is, or don't need to look anything up and just dive into it, and it just snaps with them. And for some people, it takes longer. They just need to get acquainted with it, and it's just different tastes yield also different results, maybe. But that's why I would say, in regards to judging competitions, never compare the houses. Like, I never look at one house and then compare it to the other. Even in the Altvelothi Harbor house challenge, I don't. I wouldn't do that there either, because there's obvious, even it's the same house, everybody was challenged
You
with
need
the
to
same house.
compare it to the theme
Yes,
and of the
precisely.
challenge.
Yes, precisely. So I never look at it in a comparative way, in that way, but just in the sense that, is there a theme? Then that's what I'm looking for, and stuff like that. So I understand with when we're housing that it's gotten really, really big, and I'm sure that they had a lot of complaints, and it must have been a challenge just to get it off, and to set dates, and to all that. And maybe it's also not a bad thing if it does take a little break and comes back with a bang. We can always hope for that.
I do hope it comes back, and they always improved like every single edition. Like, I complained about how many judging entries they didn't know before, like, that people would have to judge 175 entries. That just happens. And then the next one, they had like that people could only judge a max of 100 entries. So they improved it every single while. But if something grows too big, you will always have just like extreme nitpickers. Like, I remember I went to like a fashion event, like an alternative fashion event, and it started at like 30 people, and then it grew like to 250, and they invite special guests, and you have a giant raffle, and those kind of
makes also
size.
sense.
And then people will complain about, oh, I didn't win anything in that raffle, but the other person won 2 things. And like, yeah, tough shit.
It's random. So I mean, we can.
That's what a raffle is.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with all these things and complaints, I would say sometimes people just complain for the sake of complaining, and not because there is anything wrong to be complained about. Sometimes, as you say, it's valid, and sometimes it's just for the sake of complaining, and that's what you kind of have to look at it, I think. And I think Shemina is making a very good point that maybe terms of conduct can really help with setting boundaries in competitions, that specific things just don't happen. When someone enters something that is obviously copied, for instance, or has made changes after the due date or stuff like that. These kinds of things, you can certainly find ways to produce something like that, to help with alleviating so much complaints. I'm actually not sure how many complaints they were getting for one more housing.
The thing is, like, I noticed like a more egregious in one contest. Somebody did like a full copy of somebody else, like even worse than the one that I complained about that copied me.
Oh my!
And like, I'm not going to make that a public thing. I'm just going to message somebody.
Yes.
Like, hey, I think this is somebody copied this other person.
Yeah.
And maybe that should be like looked into, and then it will probably be solved very quietly.
Yeah. Perfect.
And the people who always like, they don't go to you, they will go directly into the comments and complain. You just posted, for example, the contest winners, and somebody right below that is already complaining that they don't think the winner deserves it.
But that's sometimes just I get what you're saying.
Friends, not to everyone. Like, if you can message a friend like, "Oh, I'm disappointed. I think I should have been higher." Like there've been contests where I've been like, I think I should have been higher, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to post that on the Discord or something, you know.
Or I mean, you can, as you're saying, you can have a conversation with, you know, if you're seeing something, as you were saying, that is obviously a copy or something like that, you message someone in charge, but you don't make it like a public thing and, you know, make a scene. I think that's, you know, attention seekers, I think. And the same with some of, you know, complaints like that. It's just, in my opinion, just attention seekers who might be very passionate. And I think that, you know, their heart can still be in the right place, but, you know, remind yourself of the fact that there's always bigger fish and there's always people who have just an amazing imagination and a knack for designing and will maybe win or be better at the same thing, you know. So it's humbling, maybe experience.
You are the person who missed something, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to the bathroom for just 1 second.
Sure.
Be right back.
Sure, of course. Oh. Yeah, that's. I feel, Shimina, I feel you, and it is certainly a slap in the face, and that is very understandable. And that kind of anger, now I understand, and it's something you need to voice, with the right people. But yeah, it's very discouraging indeed. And you know, I can repeat myself here a little bit, but that's why carving out spaces in the form of showcases, for instance, in the house folio or slow walks or designer spotlights and specials, like what we're doing now, can it's solace. It's not going to make it any better in the immediate moment that it happened, but maybe it is giving you some room to be seen, and we can hear you and understand and hold space for you. It's also like, you know, sometimes people just enter for fun because they decide, you know, I just want to participate. I'm just gonna enter like a house I never really touched. I just threw things in, and they also don't expect to get anywhere. And you still, if it's on the judging sheet, you still have to judge that. So it's I still do it. It's fun.
The easiest thing to do is just message a judge or a streamer like, "Hey, I think you might have missed something in my house. Could you maybe look a second time?"
Sure.
Because I think with like when we're housing, because people had to judge someone's housing, stuff got missed. But I know like a lot of people would just visit again. The only problem is that you also will have judges that you do not see. Like, I'm not going to be streaming any judging ever. But you know, it's hard because sometimes you notice somebody is missing something that you made, and sometimes you just suspect it, but you can't really prove it. But then in that case, message your organizer from, "Hey, I think maybe the judges missed something in my house." And I think usually just messaging your organizers to check if it's correct, and they can then judge, and they can judge if it's correct. And maybe it'll turn out it was correct, and it will be a bit painful. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, is a good point, and certainly something to do, or can be something to do. Though I will say one thing: in some of the larger houses, like some designers love to use large houses, and it makes complete sense. Don't get me wrong, but there's a little but. When you spend like 45 minutes in a build and you really take your time with a build, and it's a minute detail that you miss, and it's really not going to impact the score all that much.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Like, you've missed my doorknob. Give me a higher score, please. Yeah, that happens too.
It happens too, and also I would also please ask you all, if you message a judge, then please don't let the first sentence be hey, you missed something. You know that judges take time to visit, and it's not something that's easy to
It
do.
needs to be big. Like, if
Yeah.
people miss my dragons, like, that's big.
Mhm.
That's if people miss, like, you know, a table setting or something, it's not going to push you 10 points up.
No, exactly.
And like realizing like how much of a difference it will make.
Yeah, also for that, again, gentle reminder, there are descriptions, and in many sheets you can also enter notes, like really specific details that are important. For instance, lighting, like when you, for instance, build something that is built for lower gamma, then note that so that the judges can make sure, because you don't know what to expect,
Also,
right?
one thing I disliked with some judging is like one judge who I think is not a regular housing contest judge would would put the points in on stream.
Oh dear.
So anyone could see what he
dear.
rated them.
Oh no.
And I personally think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, very bad. Very bad.
In all honesty, like I always with my contests, I post the full point results. You could even put in the full count and see that it all adds up to the amount of votes. But then I say, like, if you're sensitive, don't look at it. Usually everybody at least has like a few points, like, but I mean, there have been contests where somebody maybe got 0. But I think with like 1 to 10 rankings, I think like at one time I got like a 6 for something I put a lot of effort in. You know, knowing like 10 houses were better than mine, like that's fine. But like getting a 6, I mean that's disappointing. I think that those kind of judgments, they feel more personal than, oh, other people were just better than me.
Yeah, I mean, is I don't know. Maybe there are also sometimes, you know, some personal things involved, which also should just not be the case. And if a person has done that as a judge, I think that is an immediate disqualifier, because you should be able to judge without, you know, preferences, if that makes sense. And yeah, Cheetytarah, that is frustrating when someone just ports in and immediately turns around. Just honestly, that to me is just, then you're not judging, because if you just port in and out again, you've not seen anything.
No, I know somebody that's like really like before I even played Old News, but somebody you know, yeah, I think it was sort of like a Cold Harbor portal situation that they cut off the front of the portal because they want you to go to the back to the lower zone.
Yeah.
And that person saw nothing at the front and they ported out.
Oh dear.
Without noticing that there was like a whole build on the other side of the portal. And then they got like a 1 from that judge, and then they dropped from like what should have been on average like 3rd place probably to like 7th because of one judge ranked them 1. And obviously it's a mistake. And I think if I was the organizer and I saw somebody gave a 1 and I probably would have seen that build as well, so it would be like, you giving a 1 is not correct.
Yeah, then you can, of course, then you can have a conversation, but internally. And of course,
one is there's no build, and if there's a build, it shouldn't be a one. Like, even a storage house, I found it like I wouldn't give a one because a one is just an empty house to me.
yeah, sure. I mean, again, those are little things, and I think the main takeaway from this is if there are really major things, then certainly find a way to resolve it, but do it quietly and don't make a fuss about it. And if there is really something you see that, a judge misses something that is really, really obvious, then of course, do message but be kind about it too, because again, sometimes it's not malice or
No.
something like that. They're just pressed for time sometimes, also sometimes people have to run through because just the amount of entries is just overwhelming them. And so there are always ups and downs. And I mean, just because I can do an almost 10-hour stream and people are actually sticking with me for that long doesn't mean that everybody else can. And you have to have some fairness for the others who do the judging as well. And it's also hard.
If I was the organizer and the judge didn't want to look at the house again, even though it's really obvious they made a mistake, I would just aggregate their number. Which means their votes would now be the average vote that everybody else got. So that ranking placement would be the same. Because such a large outlier should not be possible. Either if somebody gets an average of 4 and somebody gives them a 10, sketchy, but I probably wouldn't put them in the top 5 anyway. So something that I probably ignore if it doesn't change the winning results. We don't use this voting system. This is all theoretical, by the way. But like if somebody gives a 1 to somebody who got an average like an 8 or a 7, that's going to affect probably the winners. And in that case, I think if you use that system and you see such a big mistake with a judge and they stand behind that, giving a 1 to like an average 8 build, you should just aggregate their vote. My studies has a lot of statistics and we do not like extreme outliers. Because that just does not make sense to me. That someone with a full build gets a 1. Then you miss something.
Yeah,
then you didn't judge correctly. That's just my opinion. But I don't use that voting system. I use always a ranked system. So I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, no, it's there are different approaches, and everybody finds theirs for housing competitions, and I mean the organizers here, and Shemina, of course, and is particularly when something like that happens, when someone and it's not just noticed by you, but multiple people, and yes, it does create a very bad reputation, and it's just not something that we want to have in the community, right? So it absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, the most important thing is just always fairness. And
fairness, yes,
there are always
always.
people who will not like the results. That's just how the game goes.
Honestly,
if like I've won so many builds with like super cheap stuff.
Yeah.
One of the other I always go on about the wall with just the dungeon trophies because that's such an obvious we've all been there as noobs. But like one of the other houses I did not really like are just crown store showcase houses. There's some houses where I have used some crown stuff. Like I'm eyeing that haunted pack right now because it has those kind of ghosts, Jedi ghost stuff that I want for the cityscape. But like any good houser can win something with a really cheap build. Like my Pikachu is super cheap. My entire Pokemon build actually. My Trojan horse is just built out of crates. Like, even my snake and my dragon are not that expensive. They're just made out of mushrooms. My entire Ursula Sanctuary is also mostly made out of mushrooms. The only expensive thing in there is that I did use crown houses, which I also all saved up from ESO Plus.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can really build cheap things.
Yeah, and without, I will say this, and I'm so sorry, Shamina, that this was your experience. And I want to give you a big, big hug, and all of you who have had experiences like that, because that's really not fair. I will also say that that's one of the reasons why I did a designer special on storytelling, because in storytelling builds, will you see their shiny eye catchers? Probably not, right? So will those appear on the scoring lists high? Probably not. But do they deserve to be in the spotlight? Very much so.
I will be honest, I do get why you will, if you say, like, if you have to be rich to win, it does kind of feel like that's personally aimed to maybe, like, one or two of the winners. So I do kind of get why that would get that reaction, because then it does sound like they did not deserve to win because they were not good enough, but because they paid for it. And I think for, like, a real housing contest, the top people, they might have expensive stuff because they really are into the game. They have a lot of gold.
Yes.
They, like, I've never bought a crown pack with money. I've only gotten them from ESO Plus and from contest, for example.
Same. Same.
So, like, if somebody told me, like, if I used, I think, like, what's a house with a lot of crown items? I won because I had the bubbles from the pack. You know, I also probably won because I had a really nice fish in it.
Yes, you did.
I don't think I've ever seen a housing contest, unless it's from, like, a really small guild with, like, a few entries maybe, where I was like, okay, somebody with, like, the most expensive build by definition won because it was the most expensive.
I mean, I did have a conversation, like, when I do spotlights, I sometimes, and in specials, I do that too. I ask people sometimes how much went into this, and I mean financially, and also in regards to time, because sometimes people go out of their way to farm stuff. So that's why I sometimes highlight that as well, to note that it's not just the creative process that goes into it, but also the accumulation of the materials that have to happen. You have to create a shopping list for yourself, if you have a concept in mind, and go off and get it all, and all those things take into account, and then you have a number at the end. So and that's also why I like to highlight guild houses too, because guild halls, because they are expensive, and they fulfill utility too, and it should be noted that they exist, and those rarely ever get mentioned in any kind of competition or will be entered because it doesn't make sense. So talking about financials, I think, in a real competition, or in a good housing competition that is aimed at housing enthusiasts, the novices, and the accomplished ones, I think the ones that are, high on creativity, and not high on all the shinies, those should, in my opinion, should be more recognized, or should be higher up.
I think even I judge houses, like, legit harder if they have, like, really expensive items and they just underutilize them. Like, why did you buy this 9K crown statue if you're just gonna plop it there? But that's me. I really dislike the crown showcase houses. Like, I am, for example, in my cityscape, I'm actually worried about the special item limit with that one. If I ever finish it.
You
And
shall.
I know if I finish it, I probably will have poured in a lot of crown items in it, because all those kind of items that are like nice for like glowy neon stuff, those are all mostly crown items. But you know, I can still win a contest if it's really cheap.
Yeah, takes creativity indeed.
Yeah,
And I think
like
yeah, and I agree, you know, dazzling just with shiny crown showcases, just it just isn't, you know, you can still use them in creative ways, but at the same time you
not
could
enough.
also
It's not enough.
yeah, it might not
Like
be enough.
rich in money and poor in taste is a real thing
Mm.
that. It's like,
And
they're
Crimson
always in houses that are just also in the free houses. Like I really, when I was
yes.
watching Ome, I got allergic for like antiquarian or grand strategic villa, those kind of houses, because they all like either they were storage houses or they were those expensive crown showcase houses, where they just bought all the expensive crown crate stuff and or statues, and they just put them down with no thought behind them. And maybe they're really proud of it. Maybe they really earned the gold with like PvE.
Yeah.
My friends were like, I don't know the backstory, but I just only see expensive items just placed randomly.
Mm-hmm. And of course, also you can't know if you're not told. And Crimson Phoenix, hello, by the way, good evening to you. Yes, was mentioning that the larger builds roughly can be around 20 mil. And you know, when I was talking with Poseidon, for instance, I actually asked him about cost, and he was mentioning that some of the houses were 60 mil. 60 mil. Okay, so and when you're going into when you're going into something like this, an antiquarian gallery, I recently showed one that was so sweet because it was a reskin. There was so much landscaping that happened there that the gallery itself just disappeared, and the feature that was basically led to is the waterfall, and it was really well done, and not using super expensive items either. So um you know, I think that divorcing yourself from this idea that a plot has to be something, you know, you have a plot that has the slot limit for you, and that is a limitation. But besides that, you have a canvas that you can paint on, and the if it has a house on it, that is a blemish, maybe for you or maybe not. And it's upon your creativity to use your imagination, and if that's limited, then that's on you and not on a competition, if that makes sense.
I don't know what the economy is in ESO at the moment, to be honest, but 200 mil? Like, what do you even...
Yeah, wow, that's an amazing number. Wow.
That sounds like an exaggerated number, like um, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna tell me your house is 200 mil, like, my expectation will be immediately, like, it better be a real good house then, because I don't believe... Yeah. You know, that if you tell me it's like when people, like, I don't care about cars in real life. So, if somebody tells me they spend, like, 70,000 on a car, it's like, oh, it should better be a car that even I like then, you know? Because I'm Dutch, so I'm a cheapskate by nature.
That's funny.
The cultural differences in the UK, like, oh my god, splitting the bill, I was like offended. Like me, I went with my mom.
Yes.
We went with her friends from her hobby, and me and my mom both ate for £15 each. And there were there was another woman and like 3 guys there. and they wanted to split the bill, and suddenly it became 23 pounds each. So 8 pounds, like we paid like 50 plus extra, and like I wasn't going to say something about it because obviously they're my mom's friends. Like I'm not going to argue about it. And my mom was paying because it's not like it was my idea to eat with her friends, you know. But I was like, my Dutch blood is boiling inside, and like the other woman, she was British. She also did not look amused by the fact that they all had like an extra pint or two and a more expensive meal, and we had to cough up. They ate cheaply, and we like they probably spent like if we had to pay £8 more, which is more than 50%, they probably were on £30 each, so twice as much as we.
That's so funny. That's like, really funny.
Like in here, I would never ask somebody to split a bill if I spent twice as much as them on my meal. Like, hello. So yeah, back to housing. Yeah, if somebody tells me their house is like worth 200 million gold, they better show me the best house ever, or otherwise I'm not impressed.
Right. So, Crimson Phoenix, we're talking to Sorries, and we had Cheetytarah with us earlier, but she had to dash. And there will of course be a highlight, and I'll do all the clipping and editing later.
You have to add my Dutch.
No, darling, I will never. No, it's too funny. We have to have it. No, it's totally understandable. And also, Crimson Phoenix was mentioning that they were basing the number of their ability to beg their spouse to send them more mats to build stuff. And it's true, some of the mats, some of the materials are really expensive. So yeah, I can see why. You know,
my mom and I literally spent £30 exactly. It was so easy for us to just put in £30 exactly, and then they could split the bill amongst themselves. It's like, I'm so offended.
Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, but that's culture shock, right? It can happen.
Like we Dutch people can also, like, you heard some stories that people will send like a tikkie, which is like a Venmo request kind of deal, for like €2, and that's I guess it happens sometimes, but that's exaggerated. But there is a real like idea of like paying your fair share, you know.
Yeah, share. Oh, and Vering, I see. Shemina. I do remember. I do remember. Yeah, and it again, it makes sense in the numbers in how much a house is, and that's exactly why I asked you guys, designers, how much you estimate the builds, and some are really precise because you keep track of them, and so
I don't keep track.
Yeah, but others actually do keep track. How much is it? How much did I pay for this? And stuff like that. So you can keep track, and some people do, and then they have an exact number for me. And it makes sense in the sense when you look at how much, if you're not farming the materials, but instead you're just buying them because you have the gold, then that really adds up at some point.
Yeah, I just have the materials anyway.
I mean, there's
some like I know, because like with the Trojan horse, there's just 100 gold crates. So I know because they're just home vendor good items. Or I made like a stormtrooper once for a Star Wars build, and that one is exactly 100 blocks. So it's exactly 10k plus an Eleanor white floor to put it on. And in those kind of scenarios, I would know how much it is because it's so cheap.
Yeah.
But for like even parts, I wouldn't know. But I don't think my builds are even in Ebenhard's case are even that expensive. I mean, I guess I guess the achievement doors from Northern Elsewhere are expensive, and it does use a lot of structure items, but not craftable structure items. At least, like the Elsewhere windows are all from the in Mornoth Keep. But like it has seen like some wars, and with wars I mean I've recycled it a lot, and that's what it looks like now.
I mean,
where are we now?
We are in someone else's Moonsugar Meadow.
Oh, it's cute. Oh,
Is
really cute.
It is really cute, and you know, I think in regards to morphing, and I think there's
I was going to a guildie and then I completely forgot. Oh my god.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I think it's useful sometimes to. Ooh, there is a little bit of a jump here.
It's like, oh, I want to see their spooky house, and then I just.
Spooky house, yes, important. No, why not?
That's cute.
Let's have a look. You know, I think is. Aw. Crimson Phoenix, don't cry. Don't cry. No Trojan horse. But
yeah, I will visit it after this one. It'll be kind of sad if I poured it out now.
It's all right. It's all right.
This item, Aided Sculpture Simple Tree. I don't know about this one.
Me too. I love those bridges too. I really love those bridges.
I've been on a break.
You know, I think that it's useful sometimes to have an estimate of what a build can amount to, and that can be in regards to material farm. And I think one of the first spotlights that I did, I actually asked how much farming they were doing, and that's a lot of farming some people put in when they didn't have the gold and they're broke. You know, then they go ahead and farm. Oh, much fun.
It's a really nice house.
It is a really nice house. I'm going a different way than you guys, but I shall be there in a moment.
Don't follow me, I'm a runner. I don't walk slowly, I just run through it like several times.
No, I can't do that. I will have to snail. Or snail-ish. This is interesting. I've seen someone build hovering islands here before. It's quite interesting that some of you guys go that way. You shall, Crimson, you shall. You can always rant a little. You are seen here. I will hear you. I will listen. If you have to rant even more, my DMs are open. You can send me messages. Welcome back, Shamina.
11k surveys?
You've never added up, Taryn? Yeah, a lot of people don't do that, but I have, like I said, I've met people who actually did do the sums and noticed how much they were actually putting in their build. Oh, this is fun. Also, there's a farty flower here. The flower that has pink flatulence.
Oh yeah.
I've seen a few people putting that one to good use.
Would be some good opium kind of item.
Yeah, or I've seen people utilize it as, chimney smoke.
Oh, that would be cute.
Oh. Or Tracy used it as wine in their Autumn's Gate. And, wine coming actually from the press, which is quite nice to add because it doesn't exist. Like it's not in the wine press. You'd have to add it. So it's quite something to use. Oh dear. Oh dear, Shimina, is the kitty alright? The kitty was sick all over the feet. That's not fun. Yes,
Okay,
and
I will port to the Trojan horse.
perfect. Perfect.
I don't know what it looks like now, by the way, it's a really old build. I made it originally for a gift contest, which is, to be honest, is still my favorite theme interpretation I did. Because it was like everybody else made like Christmas presents, and I was like, here's a Trojan horse. I thought it was clever. I'm proud of myself. I brag about this. But then I recycled it for. It was very Christmassy, dressed up like a Christmas card, a Christmas Trojan horse. Then there was a toy contest, and it was like a small streamer contest, so it wasn't like a contest where you, by definition, build something new. So I made a rocking horse out of it, so I changed it. And then there was another contest, and for before his last retirement, and I made it a full Trojan build, and I forgot what the theme was, and then I retired it because that's already too many contests for one build, to be honest.
That's funny.
They were all smaller contests, so not really like full new build type of deals.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, particularly with old builds, going back to them is it can also be telling you something, and I know that some of the people like to see older builds too sometimes, and then it helps them, maybe iron out a few kings or add a few things or do away with a few things. It can be really useful. And such a lovely idea to do. I'm meandering about because look, everybody, I just have to show it. Right? Ooh. You cry when you go back to old bits. No crying, darling. um you can always, make a few changes or decide to do away with a few things. I've done that with a few of mine. I just went and did a tabula rasa thing, which is drastic, I know, but it's just doing away. I'll be there in a moment. Everybody, if you've seen Tadafa's build in a Moonsugar Meadow, come visit. It's very pretty. Trojan horse, everyone. Welcome back.
A 2001 build, I think. Maybe it's really old.
Wow, that's really old. I mean, but 2001. Oh my. Oh, look.
Maybe,
oopsie. That's very fast. Look, everyone.
Maybe even older, I think. Maybe it's 2020. Ooh,
maybe 2020? Not 21? Wow. Look, everyone. There, Crimson, the Trojan horse, with his army. I love his army up there. This is so fun. And it's interesting.
I used to have an actual suite, but I removed it.
It's quite interesting.
But yeah, really easy build. Just a bunch of crates. I don't know if I won the last contest because I completely forgot the contest that I was in, but I won the first two.
It's really sweet. And shows again, you can build something like this, you can sculpture something like this, utilizing fairly cheap items, as Sorries was telling you all.
I mean, there were like 100 gold each, and I think, where is the workshop items? I used 124, so it's like 12k.
That's not a lot. And you have an orcish bar?
And the
Or
platform.
yeah,
Yeah.
orcish. I see awesome here. Yeah, and just
It wasn't
really,
even a home goods only contest, it was just a gift contest and I wanted to be funny.
yeah, it is.
I think it was only screenshots as well.
Yeah, I think I'm almost certain that we did have a screenshot of this one, but that's perfect, right? And sometimes you guys build for screenshots, take the screenshots, and then you just scrap it and clean up the house and use it for something else. That's something really.
One house that has just leftover screenshot contest entries that I moved there.
That's also smart.
I can afford to it, to be honest. This is my enchanted snow globe home.
Oh, snow globe home. I mean, you can, of course, and that's also a good idea to just, when you're done with something and it's a screenshot and you can just discard a lot of it, or you can recycle it, then putting it somewhere is quite interesting. Yeah, it certainly does force creativity, and that's what we were talking about earlier, Crimson Phoenix, that for some of the competitions, for some of the contests that we have seen builds today by Sorries, there were requirements in the form of specific items that had to be used in a creative way in the house. And for the Ebonheart Chateau, it was 8 items that needed to be used in a creative way. And so I think that is a challenge and something really fun. Or something like speed building competitions, when you have a limited amount of time and a set amount of items, for instance, everybody gets the same items, then you can go off. By the way, on the real endgame, during our celebration of the anniversary, we have one speed building challenge with 2 different themes, if that makes sense. So if you are interested in participating, participate. Yeah, and having to use specific items just really challenges you, and that is something that can help you hone your skill as a designer too. And I think that's a good lesson to be learned in this particular designer special about fantastic creatures. So you all can see you don't have to use very expensive items. Both Cheetytarah and Sorries have used really inexpensive items that are from home goods vendor, or that are really mushrooms, or like super cheap to create, or to craft. So it's not like you have to go out of your way with super expensive furnishings to design something magnificent. I shall follow you. So it's really, really fantastic. Oh, interesting, Shimina. Yeah. Oh, look, everyone. Look, everyone. Yes, of course. Only those, Shimina, that's why, for instance, specific items can be bundled and then given to the contestants. And if there's anything else in that, or if they're using anything else but that, then immediate disqualification. So yeah, it's quite fun to do that, and you all can learn so much from it. And here we are. Look, everyone. You have seen the screenshot?
Appa. I made him for a cow contest. He's actually a buffalo, a bison, a sky bison. But I already made a cow like 2 contests. It was from J-Heart, like 2 contests earlier. So I was like, can I make a bison? Is that close enough to a cow? And I think he's honestly my best 2D work. That's not on the black rock. At least.
Oh, true. Yeah, and
I think he looks very accurate. And I like his munching on the wheat.
yes, very important.
I think he looks very good.
Yes, he does. And munching on this is movement, and in a 2D build.
He won by default. There were not enough entries, so he won by default.
Oh, but he's so cute. And now I can go boop the nose. Or jump at least.
And
Boop!
right, we have Olaf, which I made for a snowman contest, also from J-Heart.
Look, everyone.
You can tell I was being cheap with the snow. I'm gonna use mushrooms and I'm gonna use actual snow.
Look, everyone.
I also have that bear, like further down. I forgot that one. And if you look behind you, to the end.
Yes! Yes! I love it! So fantastic. Look, everybody.
Yeah, from that angle it doesn't look that great, but because that needs to be a bit closer. I really like this one, but I don't think he won anything special, which kind of makes me sad.
I think it's fantastic. Again,
Yeah,
everybody. Mushrooms again.
I forgot if I won anything.
Yes. Everybody loves it. Everyone loves it. It's so...
Mushrooms are so useful.
They're so useful. They're so amazing. I mean, we have seen them today already, and it's again, it just shows you, everybody, for creativity, you don't have to go super expensive.
I don't remember if I won anything with the last one. I need to find it. I made that ice bear thingy somewhere here in the snow. Oh, there he is.
The ice bear thingy in the snow. Yeah. I'll have to find you now.
I don't think you can find my the grouping. You can find me left.
Left. Now I'm just going to follow directions, everybody. I'm going left. It's all right.
Yeah, I think that's the right direction.
I see you. Look, everyone. Oh, there. Oh, look, everyone. I really love that you added the stairs here. Oh, this is so cute.
I'm not sure if people get that he's like bear hugging the bear though. I think his arms are a little bit too stubby.
No, that you do see also claws. So he's hugging the little bear. This is it's not a little bear really, it's a big bear, but this is so cute, everybody. There's so much cute overload in the snow globe here. Everyone, can you all handle it? Oh, this is so darling and so sweet. Everyone, this is so cute. You should also, these are obviously screenshots, right? Or not all. Yeah, we have seen some of the screenshots, of course.
J-Heart has obviously visited the builds for his stream.
Right.
But he also takes screenshots of them.
Visiting, yeah.
They're more screenshot builds than like full builds. Technically my Ghibli house is also just kind of a screenshot build.
Yeah. It's so lovely. It's so lovely. Also, that just, maybe someone who'd just come here might not understand right away what's going on. But knowing, screenshot builds and a lot of them and we've seen the screenshots too. It's just, you know, oh, it's so amazing.
Sorry, I'm getting a bit tired.
No, that's all right. It's all right. We have gone on for quite a while too, showing everybody a lot of gorgeous houses, talking about wonderful abodes. Maybe this is actually a good time to stop for now, because I did say I would come back to you guys and see what you're up to in a while, in a few months.
Probably I'll finish something new.
Yes, or you know, Cheetytarah was saying earlier, maybe a dragon is finished, and maybe you have done the cityscape by then, or something else. Oh, good evening to you, Lil, and good day to those for whom it's day, of course. Look, bear hug is so cute, and yes, we've gone on for quite a while now. Sorry, I will, of course, we will have more conversations, but I just want to say thank you. Really a heartfelt thank you for indulging this and for sticking out for so long, and also for waiting and being patient to schedule the second part. I really can't thank you enough, and also for all the insights and information. This is so vital and so informative for everybody. And I want to remind you to please, if there's anything that we can carve out space for, if there's anything that we can do not be shy, let us know. And if I can do anything to improve any kind of situation, tell me. Tell me, please.
Thanks for having me.
Always.
I'm on streams, I'm always such a terrible interrupter. I just cannot get the timing right.
Darling, you've done so well.
A lot, but I think that's fine. And yeah, I was like showcasing my houses, even though they're getting older and not newer. And hopefully I will have something finished in a while.
I'm sure you will.
For a second, I was like, I just realized I double scheduled something. Not today, thankfully, but I think it should be alright. I'm gonna check it.
Very important. Check. Oh, and everybody else is also saying
it's fine.
It's fine. Good. It's fine.
My lovely Giltemir Home says a Halloween housing tour on the 30th. And I was like, oh yeah, my friend is coming, but she won't stay until 8. It starts at 8.
Ooh, crisis averted.
So it should be fine. I just need to remember that after to host the tour after she leaves. But it just popped up like randomly.
You know, sometimes we get overwhelmed with the schedule, and it can really help. You know, when someone is there to hold our hand sometime, it does help.
My twin sister will schedule things, and then it's just like go kind of past me, and then suddenly she's like, "Oh no, we have the thing there, or people will come over." I'm like, "What? What has happened? I did not sign up for this," and it's very overwhelming.
Oh, you know, sometimes things do get overwhelming, and it's all right when they do. And you shouldn't be scared to say that. Also, Shemina, if it's 2 years ago, you still need to voice it sometimes. And I'm always there to listen. You know, it's all right. Sometimes you need to vent. It just has to go out somewhere to, you know, be heard and feel seen, and then you can move on. And even if it takes, if it's 2 years old, so don't hesitate. If you need to talk or something, just message me. And yes, Taryn also says thank you to you, Sorries. And I will pass that also on to Cheetytarah later. You had to look. Oh, you had to look, Lil, and yes, it is a cuteness overload. I think I need to brush my teeth twice or more vigorous tonight because of all the sweetness. I really loved it all, both parts. As per usual, I will do highlights, so it will stay on Twitch indefinitely. I will also add all the links that you had for me to Twitter, so they will be in the description, so they will not get lost, and everybody can have a look at them. Yes, sweetness, yay! And of course, I will edit a little bit for each house so that each house gets its own highlight. And you can link people to it if you want to. It will take me a moment or two, but I will let you all know. And for this month, I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to return next week with something, but the week after. So watch this space. Again, thank you so much, Sorries. And thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. It was fantastic. I loved seeing you all. And I'm going to send all of you off to sleep now. Or whether maybe your day has started, maybe you're going to go do something. Sleep tight, everyone.
Night night.
Night night.